Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Sorry, but not sorry. Boxing talk, man. Roundtable show, episode 10, man. You already know the vibes. CamJNetwork, man. We in the building. You heard. What's good? Salute to my peoples. Crush the Legend. I seen you here a little early, man. Salute to my brother, Crush the Legend, man. Everybody make sure y'all go subscribe to my brother, Crush the Legend, man. Coffee and donuts. About like 9 in the morning now. He switched the times up from 6:30 in the morning to 9:30, about nine in the morning, man. So salute to my brother, Crush the Legend, right there, man. You already know the vibes. There go my sister right there. Jag Queen Boxing. Y'all already know the vibes. If y'all ain't subscribed yet, subscribe to my sister, man. She working hard, man. She just had an interview the other day with Elijah Pierce. It was dope as hell. If y'all ain't watch it, y'all need to go and watch it. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So definitely salute to my sister, Jag Queen Boxing, and make sure y'all subscribe to her for sure. You feel me? No evidence. I see you in the building, man. Salute to my brother. No evidence, man. Salute, brother. Salute, bro. And Sheldon Moore up here in the building, man. Y'all already know I got the link in the comments. You already know what we do on these Sundays. We recap the fights. Then we go over a few topics, you know what I'm saying? So the link is definitely in the comments. Y'all want to come up and we recap these fights from last night. Sims, Junior, Duarte, you feel me? And it's gonna be a good one, man. We're gonna have fun today. We definitely gonna have fun because I got some good topics too. And of course, y'all see the main topic. Boy Crawford thinks, Canelo was fooled for September 13th, man. So let me pin the stream yard. So the link is pinned to the top. Y'all want to come up here for sure. And Sheldon Moore, man, what's good with you, brother? What's good, man?
What's happening, sir? How are you, man? What's going on with
Shit, I'm good, bro, man. Shit, bless us. Another Sunday
you?
afternoon.
Yeah,
You feel me? Talking this boxing, man. The fights was cool
yes, sir.
last night, so it was cool. It
They
went
were,
crazy,
they
Carl.
were.
It was a
Hey,
cool card.
Regis and JoJo, I was pleasantly surprised, bro. I was pleasantly
Yeah, man.
surprised.
I got a lot of shit. I got footage from all of the fights last night, so we just gonna run down from top to bottom. You know what I mean? Bottom to the top, actually. Bottom to the top
Right.
from the first fight and everything. So, of course, last night was crazy. A little crazy last night. Hold on, let me get my graphic from last night. My graphic, there you go. So of course, man, last night, um, Golden Boy card last night in Chicago, man. I ain't gonna lie, I like the crowd looked like it was a decent crowd. It wasn't a sellout crowd last night, but it
No, it's
definitely
about
was a decent
10,000, about
crowd.
10, 11,000. It's
Yeah,
about 10,
it,
11,000.
Yeah, it was a nice amount of people there, man. It was a nice crowd, especially when it went from the co-main to the main event last night. You know, both the crowd was electric. You know what I'm saying? And it was electric. Especially with
Kenneth
Mexico
Sims Jr.
going
is
they
from
was going
Chicago, so
crazy for Duarte last night, and even of course Sims Jr. He had in Chicago. Chicago was deep in there for Kenneth Sims Jr. So it was definitely crazy for sure, man, for sure. So, of course, the first fight was Gallardo versus Rankin, and let me get the graphics for that. Of course, of course, Gallardo and Rankin. They was the first fight last night. Um, and let me get the video clips for that one. I dig it up. Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Up, giving an opening right there for Gallardo. Gallardo, he took advantage of it right.
Now I'll play that back one more time for y'all. It was just little short clips because the zone, man, they be acting crazy with the copyright shit, man. So I had to maneuver a little bit today with the clips today, man.
Up, giving an opening right there for Gallardo. Gallardo, he took advantage of it right.
So yeah, man, right here, Gallardo last night wins by unanimous decision. That was the first fight last night, and yeah, it was good. It was a
that
cool
was,
little fight. It wasn't nothing crazy. Wasn't nothing crazy though.
it was a showcase fight for Gallardo. My
Facts.
man is 38 years old. He's 38 years old, and he on his way out. He don't. fight full time. He got a job, so it was a showcase fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. Salute to my brother Dank Father. I see you in the building, man. Salute to Dank Father, man. You know what I mean? And salute to the OG, Cash Sports, the Boxtorian, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the Boxtorian, man. He's live every day at 2 p.m. And he's definitely lit with the boxing history, man. If y'all ain't watched him, y'all gotta go watch him. He always give out great gems for us history in boxing day. Some shit that I don't be knowing about. So he be, filling me in on some shit for sure, man. So salute to Cash Sports, the box story, and make sure y'all subscribe to him, man. Definitely one of the best in the game doing this shit for sure, man. You already know the vibes. And salute to my brother D1. D1 in the building. What's good, my brother?
What's up with you, Shelton? What's
What's
up with you,
good?
Cam, Jay? What's poppin',
What's
chat? How
good?
y'all doing
D1,
today, man?
And
my
salute to Lee
man, what's going
Jackson
on
in the
with you?
building. Salute Lee Jackson.
Lee, what up?
Yeah. Yeah,
What's
man.
up
So
with
that was
y'all, man? Great
yeah,
fights last night, bro.
yeah, man. We going over. We just got started. You know what I'm saying? With the first fight with Gallardo last night, winning by decision last night, man. How did you end up catching that one?
No, I caught the co-main in the main event because it was my son's graduation party
Okay, yeah,
yesterday.
yeah,
So
absolutely,
I was super
absolutely, man.
busy,
So
but I
yeah,
definitely caught the last two fights. They were very well match-made fights. I knew they were going to be action-packed. I said it on my show. When fights are
yeah,
really
man.
match-made like that, and they're
But how
trying to
you
give you a
D1?
show.
I disagree. I did not think that was gonna be a good fight because I thought both of those dudes was washed. I guess they was
Style
washed
clash, bro.
enough for each other. For each
I
other,
hear
yeah.
you. That's what it is, and I knew that them being I took that into consideration. But it's when two guys got that style that you know they're gonna fucking trade punches at some time in the fight. Yeah, that was a good one. I wouldn't even mind if they ran that shit back, but we'll talk about it more when Cam get to it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So going to the next fight, man. And I was excited about this one, man. I know. I'm sorry you missed it. You got to go. Well, it ain't too much to watch from it, D1, because it was early. Like it ended early. But the heavyweight, Joshua Edwards, man, from Golden Boy, man. I'm excited about this guy right here, man. Of course,
I
he did
seen
his
this. I
thing
seen it. I
last
seen it.
night. Like he cooked last night. It was an early one, obviously, man. You feel me? It was early. You know what I'm saying? 1 minute and 30 seconds, and I got a little clip from it real quick, a little short clip, real quick. Let me pull it up
He
real.
smoked him,
Yeah.
boy. He smoked him.
Watch your feet, guys. Oh, count.
That was a
I'm gonna
vicious counter.
I'm gonna throw that one more time.
Watch your feet, guys. Oh, count.
You could
Yeah,
tell he was
man.
kind of waiting for that shit.
Yeah, bro, man. Joshua Edwards. I mean, of course, he don't get paid for overtime like everybody always say, man. And got a knockout within 1 minute and 30 seconds last night, and he's 3-0, man. I'm excited about this guy, man. What y'all think
Me
about
too.
this guy right here, man?
Me too. He's a crafty
Well,
heavyweight.
he did what he was supposed to do with a guy like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's a deep amateur pedigree, been fighting for a while. This guy is, some guy who just thought he was tough
Deep,
and decided to get
deep
into
amateur
boxing.
pedigree.
And he did what he's supposed to do with a guy like that. But we got to see
Yeah.
him in there with somebody to really assess him. You know what I mean?
See, I'm not the
absolutely.
big. I get it why fans are they want to see you in there with somebody they know can fucking push you and test you, and I get that. But young, early in their career, man, doing what you're supposed to do with guys that you're supposed to do it to says a lot to me. Like, because a lot of these guys that are so-called superstars, they weren't doing that shit. They ain't fucking getting rid of their so-called easy work, like easy work. They're taking them fucking 10, 11, like deep into fucking fights, bro. They should be getting rid of these guys in the first fucking round, second round, just like the young man did. So it says a lot. But I hear you, Shelton. I definitely like to see these guys against somebody we know that we know can give them a fucking test. But I
Oh no,
also like
D1,
to
you're
see them
absolutely correct.
develop.
You're absolutely correct. At 3-0, you can't just throw him in there with anybody at 3-0. You're gonna get
Hell
hurt.
no. Yeah.
You gotta move him along slowly. Maybe about 10 fights at this level, then you start stepping him up to 8 rounders with better competition. You know how to do it. You've been around this game a
Yep.
minute. You know how we do it.
Yep. No, but it's
Absolutely,
good
man.
though. The way he took that punch and rolled with it, he was waiting for that overhand. Like Yeah, probably people that haven't been in the ring and don't know what rolling with a punch does to the punch, because he looked like he got slammed with a shot there before he countered, but he rolled with that shot. That was a pull counter and smashed, dude.
That's how he set up the pull counter. He was waiting for that.
Yeah,
So as he throws him to
waiting for
roll
that
with
shit
it,
to roll.
right back over the
Boom.
top.
That was a thing of beauty too, man. That was
Yeah.
executed perfectly.
You know what that showed
Absolutely,
me?
man.
That showed me what he's been working on in the gym, bro. That showed
Fuck
me what
yeah,
he's been working on.
exactly, bro. You've been working on that shit for a minute.
Yeah, I like this. I like this guy, man. I don't like. I definitely want to see him, and definitely build up. But do you think Golden Boy's going to try to fast track him with his amateur, background, being real good and everything?
I don't think so, because see, the heavyweight division is different, bro. The
Right,
heavyweight
right.
division, you got trash guys, and you go straight from trash to really, really good. There's really no in between. You see what I'm
There
saying?
is a big skill gap in
There
there.
really is no in between. So you got to move him the right way so you get him ready for the I'm gonna say it, the Dubois, the get him ready for the big baby Millers, big baby Andersons, the Joe Parkers. You got to get him ready for guys like that. You can't just throw him in there with those guys because they're gonna kill him.
Yeah, they trying to do that Moses Atama dude. They're trying to fast track him, but I think they should chill out and let him hone his craft like they're doing right now. They were talking about going after Joseph Parker or somebody else, like a big name dude. I get it. You want to get him
You
popular,
the
but
one that
let
you
these
see
guys
that too,
develop.
D1.
Yeah,
You see that
yeah,
too. You put
yeah.
that dude in there with Joe Parker right now, he gonna get beat up.
You're gonna get a boxing lesson, bro. Real shit. Like you can't do that. You gotta let these guys develop, man. And some of the promoters are good at it and some ain't. Some like Frank Warren gets his guys beat all the time. And I get it. It's trying to match them too tough and trying to see if they're ready before they are, because you got dollar signs in your eyes. You want to get to the money, because the bigger the fight, the bigger the fucking money. So they want to fast track these guys. You gotta let them fucking build, man. Let them get to their peak and then start getting them against fucking the top notch competition.
Absolutely, bro. I agree. I
Oh, the
agree.
OG Kaz is in the chat. What's up with you, OG Kaz Sports? Salute, man. I ain't seen the OG
Facts,
in a
man.
minute.
Yeah,
Salute,
man. And
Kaz.
then, of course, you had Kukruf last night, man, for the third fight. He fought a last minute replacement, and I got a clip of that as well. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, do you see he early? He was celebrating early. He hit that dude with a body shot. The dude fell in slow motion. Buddy did a
Facts.
backflip. The fucking referees walking the guy around the ring like, "Are you ready? Are you ready? What the fuck was the ref doing?
Here you
The
go. Look
fuck?"
at it right here.
This was stranger. He got hit with a body shot. Late reaction.
The
Good,
ref
This was
good.
stranger. He got hit with a body shot. Late reaction.
the man. The guy thought he won already. Did a backflip, climbed the ropes. The fucking ref let him still fight after that. All right, come on. You keep fighting. Like, what the fuck
And
are you doing?
that's that Chicago stuff, D1. That's what they do in Chicago fight.
They were fucked up. They had a 2 minute round in the Regis fucking JoJo fight. They were all out of sorts. You could tell they ain't have a fight there in quite some fucking time. They were all fucking messing up left and right. The ref didn't know what to do. This fucking timekeepers were fucked up. They were ringing bells at the wrong time. Yeah, it's kind of a shit show.
Yeah, bro. It was nasty working this fight, bro. Like he won, you know what I'm saying? But it was just like it was just a bad little ending on that shit though, bro. It was nasty work. I see people on Twitter and shit talking about this fight last night, man. This was crazy, man. Right here. So it ain't too much to
Hey,
get into that
Cam
for
J,
real.
Cam J,
Go
what
ahead,
do
go
you
ahead.
think about this guy? What do you think about this guy?
Man, I wasn't honestly, I mean, even though of course, he fought on last minute replacement, so I can't really give him too much, you know what I'm saying, for us that, you know what I'm saying? Like, he did his thing, he did what he's supposed to do, but I don't
You're
know
not
about him with them other cruiserweights,
you're not up.
like him fighting like Opetaya and Zerto.
It's
Shit,
over with.
shit. Hey, give him Jake
No, no,
Paul.
no,
Fuck
no,
it.
no, no way. No way.
Give him
No way.
Jake
This dude,
Paul.
I've seen this dude fight a couple times. He's okay. You know, he's good.
All right.
I mean, he's all right. He's a decent fighter, but Zerto and no, come on, man. No.
That's
Hell
crazy.
no,
Like, the fucking Zerto,
he ain't
Jake
ready
Paul
for them.
thinking he can fuck with Zerto is crazy work to me. Like, people don't know it. Like, you know, Shelton, Cam knows. Fucking Zerto can box his fucking ass off. Like, technically box. Jake Paul talking about you look slow. Get in there with that man and it's over for you, Jake. He'll fucking beat the leather off you.
Because see,
Fucking
Zerto, what people don't understand about Zerto is slow. You're right. But Zerto got a chin, Zerto got angles, and Zerto can box and he can punch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
bro.
get a
This
full.
dude can
What
prove
they
right
call
here.
that
I
back in
tell
the
you right
day?
here.
What they call that back in the day? You get a full dollar's breakfast fucking with Zerto.
Yeah. You better, because he's boxing, bro. He's crafty as fuck, too. He got tons of tricks to make up for his slow hands. Tons of them. His timing is impeccable. His fucking angles, his counter shots. He knows exactly what he's doing in there. I'm kind of hoping for Jake and fucking Zerto, to be honest. Please.
You get in there with
Please
Zerto.
don't.
If you beat Zerto, then I know it's fixed.
That, yeah, well, fucking that. And plus, if it looks any sort of suspicious way, we're going to think it's fixed. But if he goes in there and beats the guy, I got no choice but to say, all right, I guess you're here. I guess you're here. I guess.
Thanks, man.
That's
So
how I
we
see
going
it, though.
to this co-main right here, man. Right here. They're going Regis Prograis versus Dozo Diaz right here, man.
Great fight, boy. Great
Hey,
fight.
this
Great.
fight, I expected this fight to be a good fight for real when I was talking
Me
about it
too.
Friday on the show, man. So it definitely was a solid ass fight, and I got a clip from them last night too. Real quick, let me go and pull that up.
Regis' lead hand was money. He was fucked. That's how he won the fight. That jab, bro. The stab, the jab, the up jab. He
The jab
was
was
fucking
nice. The
doubling,
jab was
tripling.
nice.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Jojo Diaz is a volume puncher, but if he's not
good uppercut, left hand, and that wobbled the legs of Rougarou. Regis Prograis, who's the 10-1 favorite, is in trouble here in the first round. Judge scored that first round 10-8. I doubt it. It was a good round up until the point he got buckled. Oh, and he's hurt again. He is hurt again, and Diaz ran out of time.
Jojo will catch him over the top.
There it is. And he's wobbled again and again. Did Diaz finally put him down? He's come so close so many times. They'll slug it out to the bell.
All right, bro. Here's the thing with equilibrium shots. Regis is 36 years old. He caught a big equilibrium shot in the first fucking round. Put him on Bambi legs. He got through it and fought the rest of the fight, which I was shocked. And they kept saying he was hurt. He was not fucking hurt. Every single time they just kept saying, oh, he's hurt again. His legs are hurt. No, he fucking wasn't. No, he wasn't. The very first shot is the only one that fucking hurt him. That's it. The rest of the fight, they're making up the imaginary times. The one time they say he got hurt, Regis shake his head no. Right in the pocket, throwing punches right back at him. You need to know the fucking difference. These guys from the zone literally pollute people's ears and minds with the fuck shit they be saying when the fight's going on. It's ridiculous. Me and the OG William Old School watched that whole fight. We were fucking like, what are these guys talking about? What are they talking about?
They was gaslighting a lot of that shit.
Oh my God.
He wobbled him, but I seen Regis after the fight. He said that he wasn't hurt. Like he didn't feel hurt by those shots for real.
Oh yeah,
he said he got a problem with his balance. Like he said, his balance.
Yeah, this is with an equilibrium shot, bro. It fucks your legs up. Your mind is all there. You're all there. You're in the fight. You fucking. That's why he was throwing punches back, body shots. But he widened his stance because he knew he couldn't fucking go around the ring no more because his balance is shot. He kept throwing body shots. Then he got through the round. He fucking did his thing in that shit, bro. And it fucks you up for the whole fight. An equilibrium shot will throw you off for the next 2 days. Like it's fucking. That's what happens in fights. You get hit in the ear, it knocks your equilibrium off. Your balance is fucked up for the rest of the fight. I'm shocked he got through it like he did. He was eating punches. He wouldn't put his fucking hands up. That's what pissed me off because he was boxing beautifully. If he would have just added some defense,
Did you hear? Did you
I
guys hear the
definitely think
post
he
fight?
won.
Did you
It
hear
was
Regis in the
close.
post fight?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
You hear
I
no
heard
post
him
fight?
say that. I heard him say that he felt that his balance was no.
Yeah, it's
He
because
said
the
he
first
wasn't
punch.
hurt. It was more so his balance for real. That his
Yeah,
balance was
it's
bad.
because he never fully
Yeah, I heard
recovered
that.
from
But I was talking about what they was asking what he wanted to do next, and he's
it.
smart.
Yeah,
Regis is not a dummy. He said, "I
a
don't want
bunch of
no Emiliano. I don't want none of these young dudes coming up. I want the
of course.
champions. I want guys like a Matias, guys he can stand in front of him. He don't want to fight nobody who
Yeah,
can box. He
Now,
want guys who gonna
exactly.
stand in front of him.
let me say this in
One or two
particular
more
with the
fights
fight.
and get out the game.
Yeah, get a couple of
Now,
takedowns.
let me say this in particular with the fight with Regis and JoJo. Like Regis, he could have made this fight a lot more easier if he would have fought more on the outside and he stopped going to the body like in those middle and later rounds, like a little bit too as well. Like he definitely left some food on the table a little bit in my opinion last night. Because if he would have fought a little bit more on the outside, then mix it up on the inside, sticking with his jab and then go jab to the body, then set up other different combinations. With JoJo, what I'm saying? He could have made this
But
an
that's not
easier
his
fight, but
game.
he wanted
But
to
that's not
fight a lot.
Regis's game.
Yeah, that's the
That's
thing.
Regis's game. He
He wanted
likes
to
to
fight on
fight
the inside
inside.
with JoJo,
Yeah,
and like JoJo was catching him with some
JoJo
shots
was
last night
working
for
him on the
sure.
inside.
He was working for sure, man. And hold
You
on,
know,
here goes
I'm
our
having a lot of more respect for
You just
JoJo.
got to get his
JoJo that
fucking
lost
hands up.
6 of his last 7, but JoJo can
Exactly,
fight, man.
Joe.
JoJo's pretty good.
He can. He can fight, bro. He got five decisions in a row. Could have went either way. Fucking could have went either way. He's lost some very close decisions in his entire career since the Devin fight. He's been fucking getting the short end of the stick. Where times guys shouldn't have been mad. Last night I wouldn't have been mad if they said it was a draw or JoJo won. And I mean, I wouldn't mind these guys running that shit back. JoJo been getting the shaft on these decisions for real.
Yeah, so here go the punch stats from last night. They were saying pro grade total punches 224 out of 895, 25%. Jojo Diaz 197 total punches landed out of 510 with a 38.6 percentage. Total jabs department 87 out of 540 landed from
Regis was
pro grade from
working that
18
shit.
point, yeah, 16.1%. Then no JoJo with 24 out of 114 with 21.1%. Then the power punches, you got Regis with 137 out of 355 with
That's not
38.6%.
bad. That's
And
not
then you
bad.
got JoJo with 173 out of 396 with 43.7%. So JoJo was more accurate, even though he threw more or less punches, but Regis
Way
was
less.
more active, with the punches. And, I felt like Regis kind of took this by a couple of rounds. JoJo,
Me
like
too.
he had the significant punches
Good
in
score.
certain
High score.
spurts in the fight, but I felt like Regis was doing the more overall better work a little bit, even though JoJo was more accurate with his punches, even though he definitely threw less punches than
It
Regis.
was
Damn near
shocking
300
too.
less.
It was shocking. JoJo had the more eye-catching shots. It's just Regis' lead hand won him that fight. He controlled three-quarters of the round, two-thirds of the every single round. Even the rounds JoJo won, JoJo only won the last minute of the round. The whole 2 minutes, first 2 minutes of the round, Regis' stab and his fucking triple, his double, fucking, he was stuffing that jab. JoJo was picking a lot of them off with the guard. But still, man, that's boxing. That's what boxing looks like. What Regis was doing to JoJo last night, that's the sweet science of boxing. Using your lead hand to keep the fucking opposition off of you, turning in a circle. There's no fucking all this lateral movement. You don't need to do all that. It's fine if you punch off the lateral movement. People want to see people punch each other in the fucking face. That's what it is. It was a
Facts,
great,
bro.
great, entertaining fight. I would love to see them run it back, give JoJo another shot. I'd go to Louisiana with it, though. I bet you Regis can sell some tickets after that fight last night in Louisiana. That's what William Old School, the OG, told me. He said guaranteed he'd be able to sell some tickets. And he
Yeah,
did
they,
it right before the Devin fight. He went home, he sold tickets. It was a pretty packed house in there. I don't know if it was a sellout or not, but they did fairly well.
Yeah, last night it wasn't a sellout crowd, but
Yeah,
me and
I
Sean
was
was
kind
talking
of
about
disappointed at first.
it was definitely a nice atmosphere. Like when it came up to this fight, and then the main event, like it was a nice atmosphere. Like the crowd was
It
was
was
warm
alright,
after
but
the two guys.
I thought it
They
would
was
be
going crazy.
packed, bro. I thought it would be packed to capacity. Like Chicago hasn't had. It wasn't really a big time fight. That's why it wasn't packed.
Yeah,
Somebody
that's
like,
why.
but that's what they just did. They let somebody like Tank Davis, Shakur, somebody going to fucking Chicago can fucking really do some business there.
For real,
That's what
because
that told me.
you could tell that they definitely love fights down there. If you look at the crowd, how they was
Hmm.
reacting just to these fights last night.
A big Mexican population down there too. Big Dog Willie,
Facts,
what's up with
facts.
you, bro?
Big dog
Salute.
Willie, salute to you. Salute to my brother Ring While Boxing Podcast, my brother
Hey, well,
Bean,
what
man.
up?
Make sure y'all subscribe to Ring While
Beanie.
Boxing Podcast, man. Subscribe to him for sure, man. My brother live today at 6 p.m. He live at 6 p.m. He live every Sunday at 6 p.m. If y'all
Crush.
don't know. Salute to my
Salute,
brother, man.
Anthony.
And you already know the vibes, man. Definitely good fight. So what y'all think's next for these guys, man? I mean,
I
compared to the
want a
fight last
rematch.
night, I heard somebody say something about Ryan Garcia versus Regis earlier, man, today,
That
man, when I
might have
was
been the
listening
play.
in.
That listen, they can't get Duarte to fight Ryan. Ryan knocked him out, but if people were really watching that fight, Duarte was getting to him. Duarte was starting to fucking really make some fucking headway in that fight and got hit with a shot on the temple. Fucking put him on Queer Street. And so you can't really put Duarte back in there with Ryan. Ryan ain't having that, but Regis, Ryan. That's probably the play they were going after, Cam. I didn't think about that till you just said
Yeah,
that. That's
Ryan got
probably what
one.
they were
He got
doing.
one more fight on the Golden Boy deal.
Yeah, he's signed for life. For right now, he's got one more fight, but his
That's what
contract's
he
up.
claimed. That's per him.
I know, I
Salute to
know.
Two Cents Boxing. Everybody, make sure y'all subscribe to
What
my
up,
channel,
Jay?
Two Cents Boxing, man. For sure, man. Hey, link pin to the top if y'all want to recap these fights, man. We recapping the fights, and then I got a few topics to go over, you know what I mean? So, but Regis right here, yeah, I heard something about Ryan Garcia, and then, like, this fight was at 147 last night. So, a lot of people
Was
was
it?
talking about, yeah, it was at 147 last night because
That's
Regis,
that. Listen, okay.
yeah.
I heard that a half a second. I didn't know if that's what I heard, but now that you confirm it, that's definitely what the play was. It's going to be Regis and Ryan, guaranteed,
Yeah,
guaranteed.
yeah,
That's the fucking play. That's what they're gonna do. And hey, I'll sign up to watch that fight, and I'll be there. I'll be there for any fight. But yeah,
yeah, bro. I think that
See,
might be
the
possible, man.
problem with
You
that,
think
James,
so?
my dog, what's up, bro?
the problem with that, bro, is you don't know which Ryan you're gonna get. You never know.
No, I know,
So
that.
why not make the fight? Why not make
Why
it?
not?
Two
You never
names.
know, bro.
You don't know what Ryan you're gonna get.
No,
You get the Ryan
but
that
it
beat
was
up
on
Haney. You get the Ryan
Jews.
that get beat up by Rolly. I mean, you don't know what Ryan you're
You
gonna
get the
get. So
Ryan that beat up Haney. Fucking Regis is done for. You get the fucking Rolly Ryan that can't throw punches because his hands
who
fucked up.
knows? You might get the Rolly Ryan fucking with Reeses. Who
Yeah,
knows?
yeah.
You
Coming
don't
fresh off
know.
an injury, fresh off a fucking injury. That's one Oscar could definitely sell. That's a good fight, bro. Regis Ryan, give it up, Oscar, or a rematch for JoJo. I wouldn't mind either or. Either or, I'm good with both.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say Ryan beats everybody. I don't know if Ryan gonna show up. Ryan. I know Ryan. I don't know
Yeah,
what
Ryan
Ryan gonna
can't beat
show up.
anybody, especially Ryan.
Ryan does what he wants to
Ryan's
do.
been down. Ryan's been
Beer
down a
drinking
couple
Ryan,
times.
Ryan, whatever Ryan.
Hey, Ryan should mop the. If he was to fight Regis, he'll mop the floor with Regis.
He
Regis'
might, but
footwork.
you don't know
If
though.
Regis'
I would like
footwork
to
is
see it.
bad, his balance
Terrible.
is bad. He definitely got bad punch resistance. What
Okay,
we see.
you're right,
You know what I mean?
Cam.
Like
Hold
the
on, Cam. Hold on,
power
Cam.
is not that significant,
You're right,
especially
Cam.
at
Hold on,
147.
wait a minute. But wait a minute. Look at the Ryan that fought Rolly. His
I know.
footwork was
Like,
bad. His
Yeah.
balance was bad. He
we don't
looked
know,
just
bro.
like Regis when he
Yeah.
fought Rolly. Did he not?
He looked a little bad in that fight, bro. I love Regis Ryan. I get
He
it.
looked
People don't
terrible in that
I
fight.
think
Don't say a
understand
Ryan
little
is
that.
bad
way
when he
more
looked like
talented
shit
than
in that.
Regis, though. At this point right now, we thinking who's the more talented fighter between the two. We
I
know it's
mean,
Ryan.
Everybody would pick Ryan, but it's
Have
still
you
a
ever
fact.
heard this saying, bro?
You
Have you
don't
heard
want
this
to see a
saying?
fight.
Have you ever heard this saying? Hard work beats talent when talent
Talent when
don't work hard.
talent ain't working hard, bro. That's the fucking truest thing in the world. I tell my son that every day of his life to remind his ass to get to work. Fucking, that's the truest thing ever. When that fucking talent is at home sitting on the fucking couch watching TV and YouTube live streams, because make no mistake, these guys are paying attention to these fucking live streams.
Absolutely. They
They
definitely
can
are.
get beat by any one of these guys. And Regis, that's what you do. That's how this game works, bro. You get a guy that's a known champion, you get him on a fucking win. You try to grab momentum and make big matchups. That's how you get to the prize fight. So I ain't mad at that fight at all. I would actually encourage it.
You got to
Man,
remember that, Cam J. Hard work beats talent when talent don't work hard.
That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. That's what you're seeing in fucking Tank and Lamont Roach. Unfocused, non-working talent. Think you're just gonna win by showing up. A guy that's been working his ass off gave you a draw. Fucking fought you to a draw because you're not working hard. This shit comes true all the time, bro. I can go over thousands of instances of that saying being the truest shit ever. Because it is, man. That's what it is.
yeah, man. Hey, so another thing too, man. So with this fight, of course, both of these guys, both of these guys lost to Devin Haney, man. So I seen a little conversation
I've
on.
seen it.
I seen some of the Haney fans. They was like, man, you see Ryan with Regis Prograis, man, you just see these guys ain't the same after Devin Haney fight on, man.
What?
That ain't like
What?
these are like and then Devin Haney, he dismantling these dudes and they ain't never the same after they fight on, man. So what y'all thinking about the Devin Haney fans saying this?
No, that's fucking good. I guess you just let them keep talking with that dumb shit. 'Cause
Hey, you
you
know what
guys
you
are
tell
the
them dudes,
people that
Cam J?
believe you.
You tell them dudes whatever gonna make you sleep well at night, you can go with. Whatever gonna make you sleep better at night.
Without
Go with
let
that.
your fucking head hit the pillow at night, buddy. Fucking, this ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't what it is, bro. But all right,
Bro,
y'all
man,
got
I
it.
was getting weak, bro. I was getting weak as hell. I'm like, man, these Haiti fans trying to make anything feel good for them, bro. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. This actually make like to me, in my opinion, if y'all want to talk about it, like because I broke down Haney's resume Wednesday on the show Wednesday, and I'm just saying to Joe, this shit is aging like fucking motherfucking Bob
Aging like
Earl in
Bob
this
Arum,
motherfucker.
dog. I seen you
It's
type
aging like
that shit.
Bob Earl, bro. It really is.
That
You
is,
say
dog.
it's aging like milk.
It's
You
aging
say
like
it's
Bob
aging like
Earl.
milk.
Like fucking
Devin Haney's
cheeseburgers,
resume
bro.
aging like Bob Earl in this motherfucker right now, dog.
That's
For
funny
real.
shit. Because it's true.
Like, bro, because like I'm just looking at like, Regis Regis didn't look good before he fought Ryan when he fought Zorilla in New Orleans. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like then JoJo, he done lost six out of the now seven out of the last nine fights. You know what I'm saying? That he's been in. I mean, of course, if y'all look at Jorge Linares, he done lost his last four fights since fighting Devin. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and he's not stopping these guys. He ain't had to stop us since 2019. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it wasn't none of these guys. Like, he could
Not
have
a,
stopped Regis, but he didn't want to put the pedal to the gas to stop him. He was scared
yeah.
because he feared Regis' power in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm just saying, like, with this resume, Devin's resume is not looking good as the Haney fans think it is for real with these guys in reality.
Well, I noticed
Well,
they
let me
try to
tell you
like
this, bro.
recycle what we
This
say
fight
all the
coming
time.
up, this fight coming up, if he don't get Norman's respect early, he is in trouble.
Absolutely.
You
I agree
listen,
100%.
and it takes a lot to get somebody like Brian Norman's respect. It takes an awful lot. You're gonna have to hit him with something that he deems as dangerous. I don't think Devin's got that. I really don't. He ain't got something to punch Brian Norman's strong country ass in the head and make him stop fucking coming at you. Not a chance, bro. Not a chance. This fight is terrible for the kid, bro. I can't believe they're going through with it. I really can't.
Facts, bro. Facts. That's all. We can get into the main event from last night, man. Crazy fight last night. Of course, man. Oscar Duarte, man. Last night he pulled it off, winning by majority the decision last night. And I got a clip from them last night. This was a brawl. I ain't gonna lie. This was a good ass fight. I enjoyed this shit last night for sure. Here you go.
Stay on that jab and make completely miss. You're bound to get abilities. All that is on your side. If you can't.
Third junior matchup. Duarte Harrison and make that their style the rest of the fight. Good body shot from Duarte. He's not moving. He's got clinch of Simza. Close it is. Those are very.
The inside, I don't like that shot. Okay. Hasn't really been that. Unleash your confidence. That bottom number, 740 to the body. That's what stops you.
This is Duarte's block.
You don't go fire for fire with a fireman.
Opportunity up for grabs. Who do you like? Both men will think they've won it.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I gotta run that back one more time. Those boys was hitting, man. That was boxing last night. One more time, man.
Stay on that jab and make completely miss. You're bound to get abilities. All that is on your side. If you can't.
Third junior matchup. Duarte Harrison and make that their style the rest of the fight. Good body shot from Duarte. He's not moving. He's got clinch of Simza. Close it is. Those are very.
The inside, I don't like that shot. Okay. Hasn't really been that. Unleash your confidence. That bottom number, 740 to the body. That's what stops you.
This is Duarte's block.
You don't go fire for fire with a fireman.
Opportunity up for grabs. Who do you like? Both men will think they've won it.
Man, amazing fight last night, man. Go
Bro,
ahead, D-Man.
time and time again, these guys with this pure boxing, like Kenny's a boxer puncher, I would say, without the punch. You know, he don't have a hard enough punch to quite be a boxer puncher, but they make. You see, in the beginning, in the early part of the fight, he's jabbing very well. Then he starts to gas a little bit. And when he's jabbing and stabbing to the body, he's keeping Oscar Duarte at bay. They just stop doing it. They make the fucking fight so much harder on themselves by just standing there, allowing the pressure guy to walk right in the front door. Don't got to ring the doorbell. Don't got to fucking tell nobody he's there. He just walks straight into the front door because you're too fucking lazy with your great lead hand to continue to use it. Fucking jab this guy to oblivion. That's why I say all the time on my show, a good fucking lead hand in boxing rules boxing right now, all fucking participants included. You just got to keep jabbing. Stop fucking being lazy. And that's why you lost that fight last night, Kenny, because you refused to fucking jab. Terrible.
You know
He's
what the
levels
biggest
above
problem is
Oscar
with
Duarte.
Kenneth Sims? You know what the biggest problem is with Kenneth Sims? Kenneth Sims Jr. is a tough guy, but he don't have the punch. He don't have the power to fight the style that he fights.
Exactly, bro.
Like D was saying, he needs to box. He needs to be a boxer. He needs to stay behind the stick, get your stamina up, whatever you got to do so you can keep that stick out there for 12 rounds. If you can jab your way to victory and run guys into shots, but you want to stand there and trade with a guy, you got 25 fights and 8 knockouts. Bro, it's been established you don't punch that hard. It's been established.
Fucking jab him to
You
oblivion.
don't have the
Just
punch
keep jabbing.
for the style of fight you're trying to fight.
Yeah, bro. Like
That's
last
his
night,
problem.
bro. Salute to my dog, Big Dog Willie, man. What you think about this fight last night, Big Dog Willie?
It was cool, but I'm more talking about Amir Khan, how he's coming back.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Nobody don't
Coming
want
back to
to
what?
American,
Coming back to what?
man. Coming back
Hold
to
on. Coming back to what?
participate.
To
What's
what?
up, big dog? What's up, Richie?
Yeah,
Bro?
what's happening? You know, I just want to say Americana coming back. I'm really happy about this. Probably the fastest hand speed of all time, besides Bruce Lee. I just wanted to say that, and I heard that he's been working on his
Willie, stop
chin,
drinking,
so he
man.
should be good.
Willie, stop drinking, man. Stop drinking. Stop drinking, bro.
No, I'm not drinking. I'm being real.
Yeah,
It's too early in the
you
morning to
can't
drink.
fix the chin though. You can't fix the chin though,
No,
big dog.
he's been working on his
Very
chin.
hard to do.
Huh.
Okay, all right. You've been
He went
working
to
on
school. He went to Marvin Hagler School.
it.
No, I'm just fucking with you. No, I watched the fight. That fight was cool. I mean, I like the back and forth action. It was a good ass fight. It was very entertaining.
It was a good fight. It was a good fight. It really was.
It was a good fight. It was very entertaining. But like I said, I'm on American, so I just want to let you guys know that.
Here it comes. I heard that.
Nah, I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
bro. Yeah, man. So looking right here. So, looking at these punch stats back right here from the fight right here. This fight. I mean, you look at these punch stats. It was kind of it look even more close looking at these punch stats on some crazy shit though. And I'm gonna read them off real quick. So of course, last night Duarte landed 229 punches out of 900, 25.4% last night. Kenneth Sims, 229 punches landed out of 669, 34.2%. Then, as far as the total jabs department, Duarte, 57 out of 334, 17.1%. Then Kenneth Sims, 119 out of 422, 28.2%. And then in the power punch department, Duarte 172 landed out at 566, 30.4%. Then Kenneth Sims 110%. I mean 110 landed out of 247, 44.5%. So you see right here with Kenneth Sims with the if you're looking at the punch stats and stuff, he was a lot more accurate last night. But I was looking at it as more so they gave the edge to Duarte last night just due to him outworking on far as being more active and coming being the more fighter coming forward in the fight. So what y'all think about that?
Well, there's a lot of throwaway jabs. I mean, 57 out of 300, how 200 something.
Yeah.
Those jabs were just those weren't really jabs. They were just like, I'm gonna put my fist in front of your face type shit.
Right.
Yeah, they're
So
definitely fucking
yeah, and that's
throwaways.
a lot of throwaway jabs. I don't know. I mean, he want to continue to fight like that's cool, but somebody's gonna catch him doing that shit. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he was doing with that. You don't. I don't know. I like jabs a lot. I mean, you have a good jab, you can win most fights. I don't understand why. I think it's just generation don't like throwing jabs. Is that what it is? I'm not sure.
Yeah, bro. Like he was throwing a lot of punches that wasn't connecting last night. I think with Kenneth Sims last night, like D1 was saying, he went away from with his jab, and you seen him switch later into the southpaw towards later in the fight and everything as well. And he could have. I felt like he should have tried to keep the fight much as possible on the outside, but he didn't do it as much. He tried to fight him on the ropes at times, and you know, it just it didn't fare well for Sims and stuff. And I said, like, if this was going to be a close fight where it goes like to a close decision, you already know Oscar Duarte is going to get the nod. Especially with him. Golden Boy, they're pushing Duarte right now, and this
Right,
fight
right.
was a WBA title eliminator last night at 140, where going into this fight, Duarte was number 4 and Kenneth Sims was number 5 last night.
Right. I
Yeah,
mean,
I thought
go ahead.
Ken Sims threw the fight away. I thought he threw the fight away. He could have won that fight easy, man. I just can't emphasize using a good lead hand. Kenneth Sims definitely has it. He was just lazy. I wasn't mad at the decision at all. He definitely did. Kenneth did not win that fight. I hear seen a couple people on Twitter and shit talking about Kenny won the fight. Like what? I didn't see that
Yeah,
at
bro. You
all,
see
man.
the
I thought
scores
he
right
just
here.
threw it away.
One judge had it tied up 114,
Yeah,
114, and then The other two had it 116, 112, and
It was a
115,
close fight.
113.
It was a close fight. I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind them running
I
it
thought it
back
was like
too.
115, 113.
Yeah, me too. That's what I scored at 115, 113. Duarte, I'm not mad if they ran it back too, man. Both of them, the co-main and the main. I wouldn't be mad if they made another card right back there.
They're not gonna run it
The
back.
price,
It's too
I know.
someone with that title shot. They're not gonna run it back.
No, no, that's how boxing
Yeah,
goes.
they positioning Duarte for a title shot right now for
Yeah.
sure. They
Yeah,
definitely
and
is.
I'd love to see Duarte against all them guys because people don't know that Kenny Sims is a good fighter, man. Very underrated fighter. Very underrated fighter. I thought he could have did more last night with that lead hand, but Kenny Sims can fight. And Duarte won that fight easy to me. 2 rounds, but it was easy. I knew he won the fight. I wasn't mad at the decision.
What was it? Go back over the jabs. What was it? Can you tell me the jab
Oh
stats
yeah,
again of both fighters?
37 out of 308 or something. It was. Yeah, go ahead. My bad.
What was it? What you said? 37 over 308.
yeah.
I I can't see. I can't see that.
Yeah, probably.
I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah,
Sorry.
pardon me. It was what talking about
Jab.
Duarte. He was 57 or 57 out of 334.
Yeah, I don't understand why these cats
17.1%.
don't throw jabs no more.
Yeah, I mean Duarte, he got away. The crazy part about him, he got away from going to the body for real, like in the fight, a little bit
He
towards the
did.
later
They're
in the
not
fight.
teaching it no more.
He was just
They're
all
not teaching that
headshots,
in the
right?
gym no more.
Yeah, you heard Robert Garcia in the corner. He was telling him go to the body, like because he was just trying
Yeah,
to head tap him.
bro. But Duarte got a nice little left hook, man. He does. Got a nice little left hook. Kept catching
But
Kenny with it to the
D1.
body
What I'm
and to
saying
the
is
head.
this. What I'm saying is this. Nobody go to the body no more. Nobody throws
No,
jabs. Nobody does
no.
nothing like you don't see
Man,
that
Not,
shit no
Because
more.
the
nah, bro. We
trainers you
used to
got
see big
today,
dogs for sure.
because the trainers you got today aren't teaching that shit in the gym, bro. They're not doing
Yeah,
it. That's why
bro.
it's not showing up in the fight.
It all depends on the fighter nowadays because even Robert Garcia, like these guys aren't like the teachers of the past that actually taught the sweet science of boxing. It's just not the same anymore. Really not, man. They got to teach these guys how to fucking make guys gas out by punching them in the fucking rib cage, punching them in the kidneys, fucking punching them all over their body. Make them slow down. Might not be doing nothing in the first round, second round, third round. You keep working to that body by the eighth, ninth, 10th championship rounds. Different fighter out there. That's what Floyd always used to say. Yeah, he's a good little fighter right now, but is he going to be the same fighter in fucking later in the fight? Because a lot of these guys turn into shit as soon as they're tired.
And
If they ain't already shit,
people get on Shakur and Devin and Tank.
they're
But
not gas
if you
tanks,
watch them
man.
how they fight, they go to the body. They go everywhere.
They're
All
old
three of
school.
them, they go everywhere.
They
And
are.
I mean, you guys, and a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like how they." I'm like, no, they're
Yeah.
special fighters because they go everywhere. They punch to the bottom, they go to the head, they go and they use their jabs, like all of them, all three of them, and that's what I
Shakur
mean.
showed that a lot in the Zepeda fight. I mean, I think it was a much closer fight than everybody else leads it to
Now
believe.
you
But
said
Shakur
you were
showed me,
crazy. You went crazy though. You're
no,
like,
no,
oh,
no, no.
Shabana
Listen,
won. I was like, what the hell are you talking
bro,
about?
in real time, I think it was a 7-5 fight either way, bro. I'm not listening to the announcers gaslight this fucking kid. Bro, that was a real close fight, big dog.
No,
That was
no,
real close.
no,
Yeah,
no,
right.
no.
You guys are
No,
gassing
no.
this
You
young
said
man up.
Zepeda
He was not
won.
even close
D1,
to fucking
I will
Floyd.
get on your case about that.
Seven
You said
five
Zepeda
either
won.
way. Seven
It
five
wasn't
either
either
way.
way. It was not either way. No,
It's
it was
also,
not.
hey, that's what I seen. That's what a lot of people see. I could give you
That was
links
you
to
seen.
YouTube channels breaking down the fucking film. There's punches not being counted. There's all sorts of fuck shit going on in that fight,
No,
bro.
no, no, D1.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
nah.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
you can say
bro.
all you want.
Get
That's what it is.
over it, bro.
That fight
Let's
was not
get
either
back. Let's
Bro,
way.
get back in order,
bro, get
fellas. Let's
over
get
it,
back in
bro.
order. Let's get back in order,
Get
fellas.
over it.
So I see
No,
my
you're
boy.
tripping
I see
though.
my
You're
dog
tripping.
No,
Nigel
I'm
right
not,
here.
bro.
Yes, you are.
You
You
guys
said
are
either
tripping. The
way.
master classers. He won. Just Shakur won. I went back, watched it. I scored it 8-4, my final score. But that shit was
Okay,
much
okay.
more
That's
closer
all. Okay,
than
okay.
you
That's all you
guys
gotta
are
say.
giving it credit for.
No, that's
Way
all you gotta
closer.
say. That's all you gotta
Nine
say.
threes,
You
11
watched it
twos.
again. That shit,
I
it was
did.
8-4.
He
It
had
was
the
8-4.
hardest
I give you
shots, but
8-4.
bro,
But
in
like,
Dallin, you know
like,
what his contemporaries are looking at him as? Food. They're
huh?
looking at Shakur like food. I promise.
Yeah, and
I
nobody
promise.
wants to fight him at the same time either. But yeah, go ahead.
All right, we'll see going forward. We'll see.
So right here, y'all see this right here. My dog Najee, man, from Cigar Talk, he said Ryan Garcia's win against Duarte is aging like wine right now, man. What y'all think about
Yeah,
this take right here?
kinda is. Good take, Najee. It kinda is. Kinda is, man. Kenny Sims, like I said earlier, much underrated fighter. Very underappreciated. A lot of guys are though. You know, that goes with fucking 90% of boxing nowadays. We're throwing guys away, shitting on them so much you're fucking actually failing to realize what's going on right in front of your face because you're too busy listening to YouTubers and fucking retards paint narratives.
What's going on? You took a cold right. What was that about?
Because that's what guys are doing nowadays. They're throwing fighters away. Guys are severely underrated. Fucking, and it's all due to YouTubers and fucking goofies painting narratives. Fucking the casual average boxing fan has no idea what the fuck is going on because of what the fuck is taking place on these social media apps.
No, I agree with you on some of that, but I mean, I think that like at the same time, I think people like certain fighters and like certain styles, but they don't appreciate other styles, and that's the
Exactly,
problem.
exactly. Shakur is one of the guys I'm talking about gets a bad rap and gets fucking shit on.
I
We'll
know.
never know these guys' true greatnesses because there's too much bullshit going on in boxing for people to actually stop and realize what good fighting is and what it really is, man. It's a travesty right now. I
Facts,
gotta
bro.
take breaks from boxing talking shit. Yesterday I didn't come on YouTube all day and it was so rewarding to me. It was my son's graduation and it was fucking a much needed 24 hours off of fucking YouTube and social media, paying
Yeah.
attention to all these narratives. It's bullshit,
Well, I
man.
mean, but you have to. I mean, I think what it is, D1, you have to like, you can't pay attention. That's why I
I
troll a
know.
lot because I hear a bunch of bullshit, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just come back with more bullshit.
I
So
know.
I just troll because it's to me it's funny because people get
Exactly.
so serious about this shit. I sit there and I say, oh, Tank's gonna fight, Jake Paul and Tank's gonna fight a circus clown, and then people be up in arms about that shit. So it's funny to me becoming like, you guys actually believe what I'm saying? I mean,
Right.
yeah, it's like, yeah, do you guys actually believe that he's gonna fight Jake Paul? No, I don't believe he's gonna fight Jake Paul. But if you allow me to get into your mind like that, you allow me to do that, it's like,
I
of course I'm
believe
gonna take advantage of it. I'm gonna keep on fucking with you.
I believe he might fight Jake Paul, man. It's sad to say that, but I believe he might.
No,
It's
I mean, even if he
funny,
does, I
man.
don't care. Even if he does, he fights
I know.
Jake Paul, he fights Manny Pacquiao. Make your money. I don't care about that. That's not going to diminish him as a boxer. But for some reason, it hurt the fans that much. It's
It
just like,
does.
why? Why do you care?
I don't know, man. People are haters. They don't want to see you get no fucking money like that. And they want to. And it's a dangerous fight too. If you really want to be honest about the shit, you
No, but
fucking.
come on, D1. You really think he's going
It
to? Is
is,
that
bro.
actually going to be a real fight, though?
I don't think it'll be a real fight. I think it'll be
Yeah, nobody's going to get hurt in that fight.
exhibition.
Like I said, nobody's
But
going.
it's still, bro. It's a 200-pound man, 220.
It's just not
I
going to be
think
a
that's
real
that.
fight. Somebody might throw a chair in the ring. Somebody might get hit over the head with a
Fucking
chair. That type of
uh,
shit's going to happen in
Floyd
that type
fought
of fight,
Logan. Floyd
huh?
fought Logan. Floyd fought Logan Paul.
Yeah, that wasn't a real fight either.
No, I know, but they fought. It's still happening. Floyd got paid. That's what this shit's all about,
I know,
bro.
but I'm just saying, if Tank fought, why are we talking about this?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. My
This was
bad.
scary. This was scary. So I got another topic right here, man. So I got some interesting shit. I know everybody is. You seen Israel? Not well. You seen Virgil Ortiz and Xander Zayas. They've been going back and forth the last couple of days on Twitter and shit, man. So I'm gonna play this video. This video is beforehand, um, before the conversation with Virgil and Xander came about right here, just to kind of add context to the whole situation right here. And I'm gonna play this. This is Xander Zayas right here.
Did offer me the fight. They gave me an hour to answer to the call. We answered right away. and I feel like I needed to go on social media and let the fans know that the fight was offered and that I accepted. So in case he went back and said, "Oh no, Xander didn't accept," or we offer it to Xander, I needed the fans to know that I accepted first and that I was the one that said yes. But we also knew that he had other options, and he went the safer route. I mean, fighting a former world champion. If he wins, he beat a former world champion. If he loses to the former world champion. You know, fighting me, he loses to the young guy. It's like, oh wait, you know, it's what was all this hype about? So you know, it's best.
Bro, you got Xander right there talking about Virgil and taking a safer route and fighting Madrimov instead of
That's
him.
cat.
And
That's cap.
then here go Virgil right here, man. Virgil, he went on
Yeah.
Twitter and he went and posted this
The
right here
fuck?
about the whole situation. This shit long as shit. I was like, damn, Virgil, this boy going crazy right here. So he says, Xander, first off, congratulations on your win and becoming world champion. You were eventually going to do it, so I'm not surprised. But let's keep everything 100. You got a gift. My last two opponents were top 10 in this division. The opponent you just fought was 33 and 4 and barely scratches the top 15 mark. All facts here. Try and dispute them if you want. If I had my world title against your opponent, they would be tearing me into shreds right now. It's okay for you though because you're young. There's not a lot of whole. It's not a whole lot expected out of you right now. We're at different levels. My fight against Antonio Orozco, his only loss was to a world champion. Back when I was 21, was harder than your last fight. Since you want to talk about what we have done at our ages, the other key difference between your last fight and mine is that for some odd reason, my fight against Madrimov, clearly the better fight in terms of skill and popularity, wasn't made into a world title fight for the vacant belt. Almost like the vacant belt was being held for somebody. You can say all what you want that I haven't achieved anything, but I've definitely proved more than you have. I've beaten several fighters who became world champion. One who I called for to fight and knew I could beat at 140 while he had a world title, but I just never got the opportunity. Hooker, all love to him. That's my boy. One who had only just lost to arguably the number one pound for pound fighter in the world the fight before, even though I was the number one fighter and next in line for the belt. It's not like it's my fault. I didn't get the shot. Enjoy the belt while you have it right there. So what do I think right here? This man Virgil right here. And
Yeah,
then
that was a long ass. He was serious. That's a long ass paragraph.
facts. And then just going, adding more context, Xander responds. He said, keep all those excuses to yourself, brother. Talk to me when you become world champion. So Xander getting a little spicy with Virgil right here. And then Virgil responds back to him and says, talk to me when you fight a top 10 opponent, 100. So what y'all think about this right here? Where
Yeah, I'm
Andre
for it,
Xander
man. I'm for
Galloway
it.
right here.
I'm for
I
it.
think I think I'm a world champion, bro. That's what I think.
Like I'm for it. I'm for it. Yeah,
I'm in my
Mexico
tent, bro. I
versus
gotta put
Puerto
some down. I'll
Rico.
be right back.
Yeah, definitely. Mexico
Yeah,
versus Puerto Rico. I got it. Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah, with like Xander tried to insinuate that he was getting ducked, like he was getting ducked by Virgil when that wasn't the case. The case pretty much was Virgil ended up getting he ended up getting the opportunity. He fought Boychuk, and then the opportunity with Madrimov came about, and he chose that fight before looking at Xander. You know what I'm saying? Which was the more popular fight in that situation. You know what I'm saying? And Xander he didn't get offered by Top Rank. I mean, he didn't get offered by Golden Boy for the fight. Golden Boy never sent Xander an offer for the fight. That was the thing about it. Xander was like, oh yeah, they offered me to fight, but from what I heard from some of my guys, especially me and L Dub, salute to my brother L Dub, we talked about it for sure. Golden Boy never sent Xander an offer to fight Virgil. You know what I'm saying? And so Xander, he probably got offered to fight probably by Turkey maybe on some other shit, but it was never no offer from Virgil or Golden Boy on their end. So that was a little, crazy little situation with that, you know what I'm saying, in particular. But far as in this fight in general, Xander, he just coming off his win, of course. Virgil, just had a hand injury, of course. So from what I heard, that his next fight is possibly going to be in October. From what Oscar De La Hoya said last night during the fight, she said that they looking for Virgil possibly in October, which is kind of lines up really well, honestly, in my opinion, because you got Boots possibly fighting. His fight probably gonna be October 11th is the date that I'm hearing. You get Virgil fighting around the same time as Boots in October, then it'll set off a great fight in the beginning of the year, first quarter for Virgil and Boots possibly. Then that's what it
You think
looked
that
like
fight's
it's
going
going
to
to.
happen anytime soon, though? Be honest
I
with me.
think me honestly, from what I heard from Eddie, just listen to him. Of course, I don't know. I ain't crazy about Eddie from what on a lot of shit he says. And for us, from Oscar saying what he said last night, it looks like they're looking to try to make that fight on their own behalf and not have Turkey involved. In my opinion, it felt like they both setting them up for little tune up fights to start off with in October. You know what I'm saying? You got Virgil, he coming off his hand injury. You got Boots coming in at 154 pretty much, where this is his first fight at 154. So right there, both of these guys, they fight. If they both fight in October, shit, it only makes sense for them, you know what I'm saying, to make a fight happen in, first quarter, pretty much in 2026 for sure.
Yeah, I hear you. It makes sense, but yeah, it makes a lot of sense. But is it going to happen? Because
Yeah, I
you
think
can't
I
be.
mean,
they were alluding to it being done last night, ain't it?
yeah. Oscar was saying that they looking forward to that fight because he's saying that
February,
Virgil's going to fight in October. So I'm looking February, March,
October, November,
April.
December,
Yeah,
January,
like you know what I'm
February.
saying, for that fight. Yeah,
I hope it
yeah.
happens, man. I'm like Big Dog Willie. You know what I mean? I'm skeptical until we actually see
Yeah,
it. You know?
those are two young stars, and I can't see their handlers putting them in the ring with each other. I don't trust boxing anymore when it comes to making real good fights.
Facts, Big Dog. Facts, bro.
I
Facts.
just
I'm the same way.
I can't do it right now because it's just like how long it takes certain fights. Like Shakur, Tank, um, what's his name,
All of it.
Haney.
All of them.
All those
We all
fights.
know.
I mean, like when are those fights going? Like I don't trust boxing because boxing full of shit half the time. So I'm not. No, I want that fight. I know. Be optimistic. I want that fight to happen very, very soon. I know both those dudes are game. It's gonna be a great fight, but like it's too good to be. It's too good to be true. That type of shit.
Facts, bro. Facts. I hope they do. I hope we get it, and that there ain't bullshitting, and neither guy gets hurt in the next fight. Like, there's a whole bunch of shit that needs to happen before we would actually get to that.
Yeah,
So
you see
I'm optimistic for sure.
now y'all seen who I was talking about with Boots the other day. If y'all ain't watched the show Friday, I was my boy, me and my dog salute to my brother Elder. I'm glad he in the comments, man. We was talking about
What
this
up,
guy right
Doug?
here for Boots, man. And salute to Quee, man. Everybody make sure y'all subscribe to my sister Quee in the building, you heard?
Oh, for sure. Quee, what's
Yeah.
up,
What's
Quee?
up, Quee?
So you got right
Osama
there.
Lima? What
Yeah,
the fuck?
man. Yeah, so
So
check them out
that
though.
seems like a
Hear me
whole.
out, hear me out, hear me out. I know. I said this the other day, Friday. So right here, Box Rec, they got him as a 5-star rating right here,
He's
man.
not that bad,
And
bro.
they got
He's
him.
not
They
that
got
bad.
him. They got his name among these guys at 154 right here, for us boots, for us his next fight right here. So I mean, this dude, this is resume right here. He got a decent little resume. Like he knocking O's away from some guys. You feel me? So like,
Oh yeah, he is. But he's whatever country he's from. They're building him up to be their fucking star, and that's what boxing is all about. Country versus country.
yeah, he's from
We
Angola,
get
man. He's
lost.
from Angola.
But you know, people will bitch because it's Boots. Boots can't have no fucking fights in Philly. You got to fight the fucking god for everybody to be happy. And I'm done being concerned with what these goofy ass casual boxing fans want and the fake hardcores. Fuck out of here. I don't care, man. Show me a good fight, Boots. Keep fucking selling tickets and knock people out. That's how superstars are born in this fucking game. So they can bitch as much as they want. I don't even care. Just give me a good fight, bro.
And McQueen was good, brother, man. What you got for this boxing? You heard?
What up, man?
The
Good
Wizard.
afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon. I'm not upset with Virgil's statement at all.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm
Me
actually,
neither. Me
I'm
neither,
actually,
bro.
I'm actually in alignment with what he said.
Let's
Like real talk,
go.
because
For real, bro.
we place so much emphasis on title holders and champions and so on and so forth that we disregard the
Oh, this whiskey's so
circumstances
good.
that put people in opportunities to become champions. Sometimes
Facts.
Virgil's point is, man, it's got so much validity. Right now, we talking about Rolly Romero, champion at 147. The WBA decided to make him versus Ryan a title fight for the regular title. He didn't rise up through the rankings. He ain't beat this guy, that guy, en route to a championship. Nope. The powers that be, they pulled some strings. Boom. Now you fighting for a title. Yo, your man Manny Pacquiao was sitting over there in the Senate or playing basketball, doing whatever he was doing for the past 4 years. Steps out of his office into a damn WBC title shot. Like there weren't several guys that were in the top 10 that were worthy of
Talk
that
to
shot
him,
versus
man.
Mario.
Talk to him.
So
Oh,
Virgil Ortiz is on point. Like, and I think that, and I like that he congratulated him first because he felt like, he had the qualities, the makings of a champion. First off, congratulations on your win, becoming a world champ. You were eventually going to do it, so I'm not surprised. I like that from him. Congratulatory, but then he sprinkled some realness on top of it. Jorge Garcia Perez before the fight with Charles Conwell, and I'm gonna use my man Shelton Moore's logic. Well, who did Charles Conwell beat that made that victory
Man.
yeah, so impressive? And this is no disrespect to Charles Conwell, but what Virgil is highlighting is the politics in boxing. The people at the sanctioning bodies, the relationships that their promoters and managers and this one and that one that they have in order to make situations more favorable or more conducive to a particular fighter's success, you best believe they're going to pull these strings, as they should, because this thing is based on relationships. Everybody knows about Bob Arum's relationship with the WBO. It's no secret. You could even argue with like PBC and the WBA. Like, it's no secret. Back in the day, Butch Lewis with the IBF. It's no secret. Hell, if I'm Xander Zayas, I want my promoter and my manager, whomever else it is, to be able to pull those type of strings. Shit, I get to fight Jorge Perez and become a champion. Let's go. Let's do it. It just is what it is. So, multiple things can be true at the same time. It's like, yeah, you're a champion right now, but the circumstances were highly favorable.
facts,
And
bro.
let's say if somebody were to, whoever it is represents Virgil, they were able to pull some strings and make the fight versus Boachuk or Madrimov for a title. Because you could argue both of those guys, they're more proven at 154 than Jorge Perez is.
Most definitely.
So I don't see anything wrong with what he said.
Mm-mm.
I think he's on the money. Xander Zayas, I think he's a terrific fighter. He looks like he's getting better from fight to fight. He's doing his thing. You can't blame him for taking advantage of a situation. right? I mean, you got to take advantage of your advantages. The man is saying, hey,
bro.
the X amount of dollars, become champion, this, that, and the third in the process. You take that. So I'm not mad at him either. So the reality of it is both guys are right, but Virgil is spot on. And as fans, we got to be able to look at these things for what they are. Instead of getting caught up in our feelings and say, man, this guy's a hater and he's this and he's that. Just look at the situation for what it is. Take a step back. Look at the whole picture, the big picture, the broader
Yeah, we're in
perspective.
different times now, bro. Everybody calls any sort of criticism, any sort of fucking pushback, it's all hate. And it's not. Everybody's fucking calling everybody a hater for their fucking opinions. And it's not hate most of the time. It's terrible, man. Terrible, terrible shit.
No, it's not hate most of the time, but sometimes, and here's the thing about being a human being, sometimes it's okay to be bitter.
It is.
How many people do we look at on a regular basis? Those of us who are proletarians, we work hard as hell. We do whatever it is that we do to make ends meet, and then you see some idiot on the surface. That's how we perceive them, some idiot, and they're living in the lap of luxury. You'd be like, damn, how the hell is he doing that?
Yeah.
And I'm over here busting my ass and I'm struggling.
Opportunities.
It's human nature to sometimes be a little bit envious, be a little bit jealous, or whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
So I'm with you. I agree with you. I think
It
what
happens.
Virgil said was spot on, bro. I think he was on.
Us in the content creation space, right? We look at some of these other guys who are out here who are just absolute hacks, making up bogus ass stories, AI generated stories, and all this other shit. Like I seen a guy make a story up talking about Tank left Calvin Ford for Roy Jones, and then this dude got hella views, and you over here you
bro,
coming up with some fire content, editing and all this other shit, and putting a lot of time and effort, and it's like, damn, this shit ain't moving like his, and he on some bullshit.
Right. No validity behind the content. No validity behind the content. Don't care, bro. It's so many of these guys out here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, especially Twitter. Shit. And you see them on Instagram where so much clickbait content just to try to get views and stuff. And this shit just be nasty. We're seeing it. The AI channels on YouTube that we see out here that's putting out hate campaigns on a lot of these fighters out here. Like it's so much wild shit going on in boxing, and that's why I say like it's the dirtiest sport in so many different ways, especially with media. Like you see promotional companies they put out certain propaganda, little shit out there just to get the fans going and shit, and a lot of the fans. They end up, being mad when a lot of this shit turned out not to be true. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much nasty work in so many fashions, man, for sure. So we can go ahead and get to it. So I got something to update y'all right here. So from yesterday, man, and salute to my brother right here, man. All right, so got word to the grapevine, man, about this fight right here, man. My brother Tay Jones, salute to my brother Tay Jones right here, saying Artur Beterbiev versus Najee Lopez is next right here. And then following up, of course, salute to my brother Dawson Boxing, you know what I'm saying? My dog on the Twitter, you know what I'm saying? He goes and follows up with it. He said, if finalized, it will be on the David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde undercard right here. You know what I'm saying? And then just to add a little bit more context to the situation right here, Brian Norman Jr., he gives his cosign on the fight.
Damn.
And right here, he says, y'all about to learn about the South. Sleep on us if you want right here. So Brian Norman Jr., he's confirming about this fight with Beterbiev versus Najee Lopez.
Right here. Najee down there training with Brian Norman Jr.
Yeah, man. And then, of course, I'm on Twitter. I'm talking about the fight. I said facts is up, bro. Najee get the chance to showcase his talent versus one of the best and get paid well. Can't do anything but respect it for sure. Yeah, I mean, so
fight for Najee.
Yeah, man. So of course, Najee, he's a guy that's been fighting on pro box majority for sure, and doing this thing over there, man. Been looking good over there for Turbiev. You know, we thought the trilogy was happening, man. What's up with the trilogy?
Bivol
What
stalling
happened,
because he knows
Bill?
he didn't win neither fight. He knows he didn't win neither fight, so they want to wait for Arthur to get fucking really old first.
So we remember this right here. We remember this. Y'all remember Michael Eifert, he's been, the IBF mandatory, and the IBF, they mandated this fight
That's
with
why.
these guys around the beginning of July, and
That's why.
right here, Bivol, right now, him not taking the trilogy fight, first quarter with Beterbiev, it leads me to believe that he's going to end up taking this IBF mandatory fight with Michael Eifert, in my opinion, right here. So,
Big
what
price
y'all
for
think
both
about
of them.
all of this with Artur Beterbiev possibly fighting Najee Lopez on the November 22nd Saudi card, and Bivol not fighting the trilogy, man, and possibly going to end up probably taking this mandatory and Michael Eifert.
I don't know what's up with that, but where's Benavidez at? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like,
They scared
what are
of
we doing here?
Benavidez,
What are we doing here?
bro.
Man,
They scared of him, bro. They scared of that guy.
man, it's
That's why
nasty
he really
work.
bent the knee. That's what you can hear me. Damn, my sound
Yeah, we
fucked up.
hear you. Yeah, we
We
Oh,
hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah, I
but
hear you.
that's why David Benavidez had to bend the knee, bro. He's pretty much boxed out. If he don't fucking go over there and fight for this guy, they're just gonna fucking not fight him. That's all. Like they're scared of him, bro. And having a mandatory called is definitely the reason why they're not fighting now. And Bivol wants to let him get a little bit older, bro. That's what it looks like to me. Looks like they're trying to wait
Bro,
this man out, and
Well,
that's
I
a
don't know
tough
why. I
fight
mean,
for Najee. It's real tough.
Benavidez is like he's like one of my
He's
favorite
my
fighters.
guy.
Like after
Me too,
Shakur,
big dog.
like he lives in Seattle. He does things in Arizona, but he lives in Seattle. His family lives up here,
As
and
far
his
as
dad
watching these
had a
guys,
gym not too far away from me.
Benavidez my
So
favorite. Him and Tank.
yeah, and I met him. I talked to him. I was on the
Super
waterfront.
good
I don't know
guy.
if you guys know anything about Seattle. We have a huge waterfront,
Yeah, yeah,
but
yeah. Super dope.
man, I talked to this dude for like 20 minutes, and that dude he's the coolest dude ever. Like he's down to earth. Everything you can like a real. He's a real one. Like when he's talking about we talking about getting he wants all the smoke, and he's for real about it. He's
All of
not
it.
joking.
That's a fact.
But yeah, I told him I want to see you beat everybody. This is when he was at 168 when I talked to him. I said I want to see you beat everybody, and he was like, yeah, I'm just and he basically told me I talked to him like a year and a half ago. He said he's like yeah he said he's never gonna fight Canelo the way Canelo's moving, so he's never gonna fight him.
Yeah, sad.
But yeah, but I do want to see him fight Bivol and Beterbiev. I don't, but like you said, I think they're ducking him. I think they don't want to fight him.
Fight both of them. I don't give a shit if they got losses.
They're not going to fight
Real
him. They're not going to
boxers,
fight him.
real boxing fans know that these guys are supposed to have losses. That undefeated shit is so overhyped and overblown because of Floyd Mayweather. It's crazy, but I want to see him fight both of them guys. I don't give a shit what their records are. If they're in the same division, fight all of them, David. And he's
They're not going to fight him.
They're not going to do it, though. You're right.
D1, they're not going to fight him. They're not going to fight him.
Scared, bro. That he brings a different kind of fight to you. You know you're going to need a couple months recovery. You're gonna break a couple bones. Fucking, it's a different type of fucking fight, and they're not going to fight this young man. Maybe Better Beef would. I think Better Beef would. I don't put anything past him, but Bivol been stopped by Benavidez with body shots and sparring on multiple occasions.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It just proves right here that me, in my opinion, like Bivol, he was the one that said him and Eddie Hearn. They said we're not fighting David Benavidez because we got a deal with Turkey for this trilogy fight. And now that the trilogy fight looking like it's unlikely to happen,
Where's Benavidez?
what's up? What's up now? Like, what's up now? So it's like, okay, you're gonna take the IBF mandatory route. At first, y'all was saying that y'all was looking forward to not even taking that opportunity. Y'all was gonna take this trilogy with Beterbiev, but now you got this right here with Beterbiev versus Najee Lopez in the works right here.
Hey,
And
hey,
Benavidez, he's the main event on the card that they're gonna be fighting Anthony Yarde right here. And you got that going Mr. Bivol just out on the island right here,
hey,
like what's up? Like what's
hey,
going on?
Turkey might be out of money.
It's looking bad, man. And McQueen,
Turkey
man, what
might
you
be
think about this
out of
right
it.
here?
Turkey might be out of money, bro.
It's tricky. I think it's tricky because initially it seemed like we were trending towards Bivol versus Benavidez. Turkey steps in, says he's withdrawn his interest. He don't want to see that fight. He want to see the trilogy. Then it was reported that Bivol and Beterbiev wanted to do the remaining fight out in Russia.
See, this is what I'm
Apparently,
talking
Turkey
about right
didn't
here.
want to do that, so he gave them his blessing to pursue that. Then you got Arthur saying, well, it feels like they're trying to edge me out. So who knows? Maybe we still get the third fight. And this is something that Beterbiev does in the interim because he is 40. And if I'm not mistaken, he'll be 41 by January. So I think it makes sense, get a fight in for Najee Lopez. I like the fight for him because,
Right.
you're 14-0. I think he's 13th right now in the WBA. So he could take the quantum leap if he were to be successful versus Arthur Beterbiev, which I believe he can be. Because I really like Arthur. I think he's a damn good fighter. But with Najee being the younger man, fresher, Arthur's had several knee surgeries, all types of surgeries that have hindered him in the past. He had to pull out of several fights. Remember the fight that he had with Anthony Yarde had to be postponed because he had to get right. So him having to reset, regroup, and then come back, it's nothing new. He's an older man. And
he's 40, right? 41, 40?
40. He's going to be 41 in 2026. So he doesn't have time to play. And with the knee injuries and everything that he's been subjected to, I can't blame him for taking this fight. Take this fight. Maybe they can revisit the trilogy. If not, you just move on. Dimitri Bivol, take that fight, satisfy your mandatory, because you know how the IBF is. If you don't want to fight your mandatory, they will strip you and make that thing up for grabs. So say both of those guys handle business, maybe come back to the table. If not, fight the winner of Anthony Yarde and David Benavidez.
Then I don't think they're gonna. I don't think. Nah. I can't see Arthur fighting Benavidez at all. I think that's like past his time. I can't see that at all. I mean, and McQueen. What do you agree?
I can see him fight. No, I can see him fighting him because, I mean, you look at the competition that he's faced so far at 175. He ain't turned nothing down. Callum Smith, Callum Johnson, Alexander Vazdik, like prime Alexander Vazdik.
Yeah.
Dimitri Bivol twice. Marcus Brown.
I don't know, man. I just think that
another reason Najee fights better, Beef, then that puts Najee in place to take a fucking Benavidez fight, and that's a great fight. That's a fight I would literally sign up for.
I don't know. Najee might get
it for that damn place.
I don't know about Najee.
I don't care who wins, but I'm just saying.
I like Najee.
Fight, and Najee can
Najee's
fight.
one of my favorite prospects in the sport.
Mine too.
Absolutely.
Mine too. That's what I'd love to see.
Absolutely. I love that he's getting this opportunity, man. I feel like it's just like Ant said, with Beterbiev, getting up in age, it looks like it could be a good matchup style wise for Najee in this fight. You know what I'm saying? Even though
How old is Najee? How old is Najee? Like 27, 28?
No, he's 25.
25? Okay.
He's just starting to get his fucking name in the lights now. That's a great fight for him. And older Arthur better be 40, 41 years old by the time it goes off. Arthur's a Capricorn like me. Yeah. January birthday.
So is this a for real thing, or is this like speculation?
Yeah. No, it's speculation.
This is real deal. It's real deal. Byron Norman Jr., he confirmed it. So, and he's on the card that they're talking about this fight being on. So this is definitely real deal in play for sure. Tay Jones was the first one to report it And then, of course, my man Dante Boxing, man, he came after that, and then Brian Norman Jr. with him, he followed up and he confirmed it. So this definitely is in the works right here.
Man, okay, say that then. I didn't, man. Yeah,
Yeah, when I look up and start talking about fights and stuff, like I gotta do deep research. I ain't gonna come up here and talk about it if it ain't in. Like I'll be doing exclusive, just thinking shit, and then I sit here and talk to a couple of my guys that sourced up a little bit, and we talk about it, and then they lay down the foundation, and I'm like, all right, shit, we can talk about it right here. So. I definitely wanted to talk about this for us in particular for us with Beterbiev and Najee Lopez, and then you got, David, Benavidez in this whole situation with Bivol. Like Bivol out on the island looking like he about to take this IBF mandatory, and Michael Eifert right here. And, you know what I'm saying? He don't have no fucking choice.
Yep.
Like he don't have no choice. He backed himself in his own corner with this situation with not fighting Beterbiev. Like, why would y'all not fight each other in Russia? Like, why are you supposed to have the fight with Beterbiev in the summer, and then that passed by. Then it was supposed to be fourth quarter, and now that shit's passed by. Now it's not even happening first quarter of 2026 because you got Beterbiev. He about to fight Najee Lopez in November. So. Beterbiev, he's still active.
I think Russia's probably one of the only places they could sell tickets for that fight because American fight fans don't want the trilogy. Everybody's shitting on that fight. I want it because I think Beterbiev won both fights.
D1. You're speaking to the choir though. You're speaking to people who actually love the sport. It's kind of sad that not more people like the sport like we do, but it is what it is.
He's super sad, though. Super, super sad.
But additionally, I mean, these guys did it 2 times already, and they did it on foreign soil. You think it would be, nice to give their hometown fans a treat. Absolutely. Everybody else gets to fight at home, and it's not an issue. They get to fight in their home country or their hometown, and I think it would be nice to do something over there. Dope. Like last night. Kenneth Sims, that was the first major fight in Chicago in a long time. So that was awesome for him to have a hometown fight and treat the fans. Keyshawn, with his whole apology, whatever that was. But
what's going on with that dude? I missed the last couple of days. What's going on with him?
He's begging the top rank right there.
But what's going on with Keyshawn? What's going on with him? I'm kind of curious. I missed somebody say he retired. He's going to retire. He's talking retirement. What's going on with him?
He wasn't talking retirement. He said he's pretty much retired because, according to him, he hasn't been getting any calls from anybody at top rank. So he doesn't know what the future is for him right now. So he was saying to fans, if you want to see me fight, contact these people and let them know you want to see me back in the ring. Until then, he has no idea what the future holds for him.
God, that guy.
They on standstill with him right now.
Man, he's such a talent too. I don't know what's going on with. He's such a talented fighter. I would hate to see him get. Cause that's the shit. Didn't they do that shit to? It wasn't top rank, but didn't they do that shit to? What's his name too? Andrade.
They do it all the time, bro. You fucking
just put him on a shelf for some odd reason.
Blow weight. Don't fight.
Oh, talking about Jared Anderson.
Yeah.
Jared Anderson, he kind of like on the shelf after that Bacardi fight because you remember his last fight. They had him fighting in the beginning of the night.
Yeah, he looks like shit too.
And right now, of course, he's supposed to be in negotiations fighting, Big Baby Miller for the Canelo Bud Crawford card. But it's kind of like, I don't know right now. It's kind of iffy. It's kind of quiet on that a little bit right now at the moment.
Yeah, because he's scared of that big dude.
Ring Walk Boxing Podcast.
I'm going to get out of here.
Salute to you, brother.
I'm going to get out of here, you guys.
All right, big dog.
I have boyfriend, girlfriend things to do.
You, bro.
Be good, be safe, bro.
You got to, bro. You know what I'm saying? The way you got her is the way you got to keep her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
You got the phone. You got to keep it, dog.
Yeah. All right, you all.
All right, for sure. You already know. Yeah, man. Ring Walk Boxing Podcast, man. What's good, my brother Bean, man? What's good with you, bro? Yeah, so you came into the main topic I'm getting into right here, man. Oh yeah, let me add this to right here. So yeah, so this November 22nd card is starting to look crazy right here, especially with the addition if they do end up locking in Beterbiev versus Naji Lopez on the card. Of course, you got David Benavidez, he's main event versus Yardy, and then you got Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney, of course. Bam Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando
Vicious.
Martinez. And then, of course, you got David Morrell, Colin Smith possibly on his card. Sabril Matias versus Dalton Smith right here. Then, of
That
course,
might
the
be his best
youngin
card ever.
Abdullah Mason right here, man, versus Sam Noakes, man. So right here, and you
Super
add
great card.
if you add what's his name, you add Beterbiev versus Najee Lopez. This is gonna be a crazy card November 22nd for sure, man.
That's one to write home about for sure, bro. It's a great
Boxing
card.
hacker
I
in the
can't wait.
building. Boxing
Sup,
hacker was
Cam
good
J?
with you, man. What's good,
Salute,
man? So
salute, brother, salute.
yeah, so we get into this last topic right here, man. Right here, of course, the main topic of the day. Bud Crawford thinks Canelo is full for September 13th, man. And I just want to show this little screenshot right here of him right here. He says September 13th, we gonna do it again right here. And Bud, going into this fight, he's very confident. You know what I'm saying? You just looking at him. You know, I'm saying looking strong, getting the work in for sure. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna play a little. We can talk over this little because there's no volume on this video of him working out right here. But man, what y'all think of Bud? Just going into this fight, how you looking going into this fight for sure. And we can start off
Bro looks
with
sharp, man.
Bing. We can start with Bing, Ring Raw Boxing Podcast. You there, Bing?
My bad. My mic was off. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we can hear you now. You
Yep.
good?
Oh yeah. What's up to everybody on the panel, man? Salute to everybody on the panel today.
Salute
I
to
had to
you.
hop on for a second, cause even though I got things going on, like let me do my best to get on here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
Um,
sure, cuz, for sure. What you think about Bud going into this fight? How you looking going in?
okay. Far as Bud, man, he's like he looks zoned in, man. You could tell he's taking this just as serious as he takes every fight. But I think for this one, he's definitely going like that other level. You know what I mean? Like he gonna have a type of opponent like Canelo who's dangerous with a good chin to where he knows what he's in for. He knows he's in there with a vet. And I think Bud Crawford's gonna show us the best side of what he has to offer. You know what I'm saying? Switch hitter, you know what I'm saying? He gonna bring every tool out the bag. Hopefully, I'm just hoping that the muscle mass don't affect his mobility, his footwork and speed. You know what I mean? I don't want to lose him I don't want him to lose the attributes he's known for. You know what I mean? But
Absolutely.
man, he a beast, man. I gotta give it to Bud. I wasn't a fan at first, and I wasn't being biased just because I was a Errol Spence fan. It ain't like because I'm an Errol Spence fan, I can't not like Bud too. It's just that I just wasn't sure on Bud at first. You know what I mean? But now I'm like, well,
Right.
dang, dude, really talented. Like he really talented for real.
For sure, man, for sure. Boxing hacker, go ahead, man. So you just came on, man. What you think about Bud? How you looking
Yeah.
going into this fight right here? And saying
Man,
he
I
gonna
think
do it
Bud.
again, man. He said he gonna do it again
Yeah,
September 13th.
I'm Team Bud all the way, man. Salute to that brother. Like one thing about I think he looks sharp. Like Bud always looks sharp. He's a really very talented boxer to begin with. I was also EJ fan. I was even surprised how he was able to beat EJ. Like he made EJ look like he was on his level, and EJ is a great fighter. One thing I used to worry about fighters when they move up. I even worried about when Devin fought Ryan, and also when Tank went to like the headbangers is the way. Oh, sorry, yeah. When they start lifting weights, because when you're weightlifting is always a tricky scenario because like you can feel fast, but then it throws off your coordination. And then like come fight night, you have to cut all that weight, and then the muscle mass weighs more, and then you think you're faster than you really are because you've been lifting. But look at just off the training videos, it looks like Like they're really working on functional muscles, which I think is gonna help him a lot. So I think he's gonna be explosive. He walks around like 180, so it should be an easy weight cut for him, and then he should be. I think he's gonna win. Hopefully people can stop all of this Victor Conte nonsense about it. But the brother's out there working hard, and I think he's gonna win that fight. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Okay, okay. And McQueen, man, what you thinking about this? What you think about Bud going to this fight, man? Saying he gonna do it again September 13th, what he did with Earl Spence in that fight.
Hey man, he's talking his talk. He putting in the work. Let's see it September. Boxing hacker. I like what he said about the weight. I'm not sure if you guys have been checking out Bud's vlog. There's only one Bud, so he's doing quite a bit of stuff as he's refining his body, I should say. One
Absolutely.
thing that we got to take into consideration, and I thought that Hacker was spot on with that, is he's cutting less. So he might be fueled up for this fight. We may look at it like he's moving up, but the question that I generally have for a lot of fighters is, what are they cutting from? Because sometimes guys are cutting from so high up that they're emaciated by the time they get in the ring. And then the other thing too is, how much are they leaving themselves in the gym or just in camp because they can't eat. You got guys out here doing the old what's my man's name? Archie Moore, chewing on steak so you could get the flavor, but you're not actually consuming it. Guys out here
Right.
chewing on ice cubes and things of that nature. So the guy's gonna be able to eat, being able to train hard. I think those two things go hand in hand. And I like the variety of things that I'm seeing him doing on his vlog. So he's not just doing strength training. He's doing isolating muscles, also doing yoga. I think it was episode 7. I think he goes to do yoga every Wednesday or something like that. So he's able to maintain his flexibility. As long as he's able to maintain those things, I think from a skill standpoint, Canelo is very good. I think he's very, very sharp, very smart, strong, good fighter in his own right. I got the John Ryder fight up on another tab. John Ryder was a southpaw, and I'm looking at the way that he was able to make Canelo noticeably hesitant just by countering him, just by virtue of it being an open stance matchup. Shout out to my man D1. Love those open stance matchups. But if Bud comes out southpaw, I think that they're going to be things that he's going to be able to take advantage of. I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. If he does happen to make it look easy the way that he's saying he is, I would just say we got to just say kudos to that man for his preparation in order to make it look that way. But by no means is it going to be an easy fight. I think it is a relatively simple fight for him, but I don't think it's an easy one.
Right. C1.
I
What you thinking, brother?
shit. Boxing hacker and Ant both were talking their shit. I think he looks extremely fucking juiced up. I think Victor Conti gonna have this guy fucking in there, a superhero, literally. And they're literally playing in front of our faces with switch dates and shit. People don't know what's going on, bro. This shit is crazy. Nah, I'm for real though. I'm just playing. Bud does look strong, man. He looks like he looks like he's been gearing up for this fight for like the past 2 years now. I think he's been getting ready for something like this behind the scenes before we even knew. I just, we got to look at it a little sideways. Victor Conti posting fucking test results with 2 different dates on the paper. You wonder why people got suspicion? That's fucking why. That's why. Right there, Ken. That's why we got suspicion. There's nothing you can say, oh, it was a clerical error. Fucking fuck all that. What's the odds of them making a clerical error on a regular email on this fucking, like, come on, bro. I think a lot of this shit is forced out here. I do think in the open stance, Canelo fucking struggles against southpaws. And that's where Bud and like my dog Ant just said, he struggles against southpaw. John Ryder made him hesitate a lot. The only thing of this fight is, can Crawford take a Canelo body shot? Can Crawford take a Canelo shot to the head? That's the question right there. If he can, he might outbox Canelo. Like he might outbox Canelo, but That's the big thing, bro. Is he going to be able to take them shots for 12 fucking rounds? Because believe you me, Canelo is taking this. Canelo, everybody's looking at how Crawford looks. Oh, look at Crawford. Look at Crawford. Fucking, and I encourage people to go over to Bud's YouTube page and watch it so you guys can get a better look at it. But quietly, Canelo fucking looking like he's in the best shape of his life, cut up like a bag of dope, taking this shit real serious, bro. And you awake sleeping giants when you do shit like this. This is Bud's opportunity to become great. To be great, and no matter if you're a hater, a lover, and everything in between, to be great in everybody's eyes. You think Canelo wants to be on the receiving end of that? You think he wants to let Bud be great on his time? You got another thing coming, bro. And for Crawford, he looked slow in the Madrimov fight. His counters weren't as efficient. Fucking, there was a lot wrong there. Now you're going to go up 2 more weight divisions and fight the very best guy at 168. Tall task, man. Very tall task.
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
sold all the way. I'm not in on Bud all the way. I would pick, like, gambling dollars. I would have to go with the bigger man. You know, I just would. For right now, I'm not making no official predictions or picks or none of that, but it's going to be a tough fight, man. It's going to be a tough fight for the kid. He's going to be
Yeah,
juiced up.
man.
So will
Who you
Canelo
got?
also.
You got Canelo right here with 23-year-old prospect, man, super welterweight, Jarrell Valsane, man, 13-0, 11 knockouts,
Ooh, he can
helping him
fight,
to
bro.
get ready for Terrence Crawford right here, man. So what y'all think about
Valsane,
Jarrell Valsane and Ken with Canelo helping him out over there?
good pick. That's a good pick.
I mean, in terms of the dimensions, it may help, but the only thing that I would have to question with Valsaint is, can he mimic the tendencies of Terrence Crawford to a
Right.
T? And then also certain things too, like physical strength. Like, I don't know how strong this guy is, but Bud is one of them guys who's wiry strong.
Yeah.
You know, I rewatched the Jeff Horn fight. He was muscling that guy. And Jeff Horn's no little guy by any stretch. Canelo Alvarez, I know he packs a punch, but I'm looking at the way he was being moved around by John Ryder. Generally, you don't really see too many guys standing there with him in close and pushing back, but he got pushed back quite a bit in that fight. Like, whenever John
Strong as
Ryder
well,
decided to work on the inside, and he would smother him, push him back, hit him with little uppercuts and things of that sort.
Ryder got a hefty punch to him.
But I like it. I mean, and it's also a good experience for Valsaint too, to be 23 years old, to be in there with a multi-divisional champ, future Hall of Famer. Pretty sure he's able to pick his brain, improve. So I think it's a win-win for both guys. Steel sharpens steel type of situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. Bean, what you think, Bean?
Oh man, fam. I know I sound like a broken record, but just like Bud is just a special talent, man. I give credit where it's due, man. He grew on me. Bud definitely grew on me. But even like with the Madrimov, it's kind of like Madrimov has that kind of awkward bounce, the way he kind of moving in and out. And Crawford, to me, I mean not Crawford, but Canelo don't fight like Madrimov necessarily. Their styles are, different, in that context on the way that they approach their fight. I guess, Canelo's gonna have to be ready to cut off that ring. He's gonna have to cut off the ring and do it effectively. That seems like a lost art nowadays, that guys are struggling to cut off the ring. I definitely know we're gonna see a better Canelo than we saw against Skull and other guys. So I don't want to go based on those or whatever. I think he was just there and he wasn't gonna put all the energy into trying to chase a guy who was there to survive. You know what I mean? I feel like Bud's going to engage in spurts though. He's going to definitely engage in certain spurts. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dawson Hager, what you think about this with Jarrell Valsane and Cam
So,
with Canelo?
Let me just touch on the Madrimov part first. When it comes to
Yeah,
Madrimov, I thought, do it.
go ahead.
Yeah, when it comes to Madrimov, I think Madrimov posed a different issue. Like
We can't hear you.
he had that whole. Oh, you can't hear me? Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Oh yes. So like he posed a different issue. Like he had like that whole like Soviet pendulum step thing going on, you know. And he when he fought Bud, he was able to like through it throughout the fight. Unlike the way he fought Ortiz, where he sort of got tired in the middle and stopped and started losing. So like, yeah, I hear people saying like, well, man, he looks slow again. I don't think Bud looked slow against Madrimov. I think Madrimov was very awkward for Bud to like, you know, Bud's whole thing is about positioning and timing. And when somebody's doing pendulum step all day long, it's hard to like position them because they're always in and out of position. You know, I think that's what caused issue with him and Madrimov. But when it's Canelo's, even though Canelo, you picture him the better fighter than Madrimov, but his style is more geared towards Bud because he's more straightforward. Even though he has like head
The
movements and
only
stuff
thing
like
I
that.
heard out of you, Boxing Hacker, was you say about me saying Madrimov was slow or Crawford was slow. He looked slow in that. So.
I don't think he was slow. I think it's hard to time. I think it was hard. It was a timing issue.
I don't think there was a timing issue though. Boxing Hacker, rewatch that fight. Every time this dude was trying to get into his little rhythm step, he was Madrimov. He only eclipsed 23 punches thrown.
Right.
In 2 rounds in the entire fight. So he wasn't able to even get his offense on track. So what I'm saying is, I don't even think it was a timing issue on Bud's behalf. I think that Madrimov had the bigger issues. When you take a guy that generally throws 35, 40 plus punches a round, and he gets reduced to only 23 per round.
Yeah, I don't think so. So for Madrimov, I think it's hard for him to create those openings like safely, right? But I think with Bud, because Bud, if you remember that fight, Bud switches his strategy up in the middle of the fight. Like he started waiting for Madrimov to come in before he started throwing his shots. You know, because he knew like just trying to time him, like he would like the way he would time like a Sean Porter or Earl Spence or another fighter. This guy was like always like in the opposition, you know, like so I think him switch for Bud to have to switch his strategy in the middle of the fight, I think that shows what the complexity that Madrimov was posing. Even though Bud was, you know, like you said, like eliminating his offense and also landing better shots.
Because he had his timing down from the first round. Timing is pattern recognition. That's all it is.
Yeah.
You look at Madrimov, it's not even just a pendulum that he uses, because a pendulum you still keep your boxer stance, you still keep your feet about shoulder length width apart. With Madrimov, with him, he goes into a rhythm step. He brings his lead foot all the way back to his back foot, then he puts it right back out before he throws a punch. So every time he brought his lead foot back, Bud would just put a jab on him. Whether or not the jab was landing clean,
was there or not,
just disrupt him. Just boom, I'm gonna drop this on you. Now you can't get your shot off. We never seen Madrimov really land his patented left hook. Like that's his best punch. You go watch the fight that he had with Kurbanov. It was shift. You know, he do his little rhythm step, then he would shift, turn the angle, turn another angle, then fire the left hook. He was never able to get it off because every time he would get into his rhythm step, Bud would just put a jab on him. So he controlled him throughout the whole damn fight. And like I'm saying, virtually cut his offense in half, his output in half.
But you'll still say that even though like anything that you see that happen in that Madrimov fight is gonna be different than a Canelo fight, because Canelo doesn't have all that. I mean, he has feints and he does do feints and stuff pretty well. But as far as being available, like getting somebody in position, I would say that it'll probably be easier to get Canelo in position than Madrimov.
Yeah,
because Canelo's gonna come and fight you. You know, Canelo's not gonna like William Skull didn't have to look for Canelo. You know, Canelo's coming. You know.
What happens when Canelo feels his punch and says, "I don't care what he's got going on. I'm just coming to get you."
Yeah, then he's coming. Yeah, that's what happens.
What happens then? It depends on what Canelo does as far as setting up his offense. Because the thing with Canelo is he's got certain tendencies, certain setups that he utilizes. Like for example, with his right hand, more often than not, he probes twice. Yeah. 7.5, 8 times out of 10 before he throws his right hand, he probes twice. It's touch, and he throws his right hand. I feel like against a guy like Bud, the thing that can make that potentially dangerous is Canelo. We know he's got a good chin. We know he's got really good defense when he wants to be defensive. But I feel like what allows him to absorb a lot of shots is the fact that he sees them coming. because
Got
he
strong
generally
legs.
tames the other man. When was the last time you seen somebody punching in between his shots? I think it was like John Ryder, and it was a couple of times, man. I'm telling you, go rewatch that fight
Yeah.
with John Ryder.
So you think Terrence has got the goal to fucking take one of them shots and throw in between it? That's what the whole question is for me. That's what the entire
No.
fight
Well,
He
fucking
can
I
beat him
think
to
goes
the
if
around.
punch
you
just based off recognizing the pattern. If he
Yeah,
goes
I
in there
got
and
you.
he's
So you throw
touch with
first.
the right hand, you touch twice, he's just firing. And then
As soon
that's
as
the
you
one
feel
thing
that
about
second
Terrence
touch.
Crawford. That dude will sit back, and he did it with pretty much everybody.
Yeah, and Canelo can just, even if you think your power, you can handle his power. You can't just like go non-consciously like to like a fighter like Bud, because Bud was sleepy. Knocking somebody out doesn't mean you have to go powerful as punch, right? There's the punches you
You
don't
have 8
see.
pounds of pressure on the right spot.
Yeah, and
8
Bud
pounds of
definitely can do
pressure. That's
that.
all it takes.
Yeah,
He
so
can.
you
He
definitely
can. I'm
can't
not
just
saying
walk.
he can't.
Yeah, you definitely
Canelo
can
will
just
throw
walk
caution
into
to
it.
the wind. He eats Bud's best punch. Says it. I'm good with that. I ride horses for a living. Fucking yeah. People don't even know where Canelo's punch resistance comes from. It's fucking. He's got the strongest base in boxing. He's standing on tree
What Bud
trunks.
stops him? What Bud stops him?
Everybody will say he's juiced up. That's what they'll say.
I mean, all the Bud haters will say that.
Are
That's
you
what.
see
Well,
this right
dude,
here,
people with
y'all?
common sense will say that. You got to realize
No.
what he's doing. He's jumping up 2 fucking weight divisions, 3 really.
Wait,
He only had 1 fight at 54. He's jumping from 47 to 68.
wait.
It's
You know what
fucking.
I
It's
always
a
say?
lot.
Mikey Garcia was a poster child for Snack more
So
than
what? He
any
got
other
beat up.
fighter.
He got
No,
beat.
more. Whoa, more than Mikey Garcia during the EJ and Mikey Garcia promo. They
That's
did a
fine.
snack
We know what you're
commercial
talking about.
every week. Every week, a different snack commercial, right? Nobody
Everybody
ever said
said
that was.
Mikey was juiced up.
Nobody
What are
ever
you
said. I
talking
never
about?
heard that. That was
Bro, just
not
because
talked
you
about.
weren't there in the
I
conversation
was
doesn't
there.
mean the conversation wasn't going on.
I was there. That was not
You
talking
weren't
point.
there. You're
That was
clearly
not
not.
talking point.
Yes, it
They thought
was. What are you talking about?
they were literally
Like,
What
for
like.
y'all,
real,
what
man.
y'all think
You,
about
you
this
you
right
make
here, though?
assumptions that are wild.
What y'all think about this right here? So Ring Magazine, I posted this Friday on the show Friday, but I'm bringing it back for this particular topic right
That's
here. So
crazy.
you got
That's crazy.
75% of our followers believe that we will see Canelo or Crawford hit the canvas for the first time, based on votes on a Ring Magazine WhatsApp. So what you think about this, Bean? I'll start off with
Well,
Bean.
Crawford already hit the canvas before.
So we've seen Crawford hit the canvas.
Yeah.
Was that Crawford and Kaviaskis or whatever? When dude,
Yeah.
where he
No,
kind of hit him.
Gamboa.
Mean Machine.
Nah, he didn't touch the canvas
Gamboa.
versus Gamboa. It was
I thought he
Mean
did. Oh
Machine.
yeah,
Mean
he
Machine.
got hurt.
Bro.
Yeah,
Um,
Bean. What you think
I
about this,
mean,
Bean?
I've been thinking on it pretty hard on both sides, and D1 made some good points when he was saying about the pressure that it takes to knock a man out. I mean, it is about that timing and what they don't see and the precision. Look at Usyk and Daniel Dubois. It was the fact that Dubois didn't see that coming, and the precision and the accuracy.
Fucking
Uh,
laser, bro.
People don't think about the precision and accuracy of a punch. That sometimes a person's winging punches, like a Derek Chisora,
Yeah.
they see a dude looking all, you know what I'm saying, burly and coming in swinging kind of like wide haymakers. But if he actually had punch placement, he would do more damage.
He would be fucking people up.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already got the strength, but you just out here winging punches. But if you actually
Yup. That's some
calculate them
precision.
punches,
Mm-hmm.
even like AJ,
That,
if AJ is on point and he ain't being timid, Anthony Joshua, he will land an accurate punch that could put your lights out.
yep. Even
Um,
if you see it coming.
Even if you see it coming. So
Yeah.
in this aspect, man, I know Canelo got the kind of power to obviously drop Crawford, but will Crawford hitting with something that he don't see that Canelo won't see?
That's the question.
I guess that's the question.
Facts. Facts. Hacker, what you think, man?
So I mean, I want Crawford to stop Canelo. Canelo's a good fighter, but I want Crawford to stop him. It is based on their styles. Yes, it's definitely possible that somebody will hit the canvas, or this will end up in a stoppage. Yeah. To me, I think Bud can definitely do it. I said the whole. If people say he was juiced up, then what about Canelo? Canelo actually tested positive for PEDs, and if he knocks out Bud, are people going to say the same thing?
Did you not hear me
Yeah.
say that?
So I mean, so basically, we're saying that if somebody gets knocked out, the other person's juicing. No, that's crazy.
Yeah. Crawford would be called the juicer, but that's what it would be.
And then what about
There's
Canelo?
no way
Canelo tested positive for PED. His camp is known for fighters testing positive.
Canelo's the
So if Canelo knocks out Bud, it's fair. If Bud knocks out Canelo, he's cheating. Come on, guys. Let's stop that. This is it's definitely possible. Like I said, knockouts is not based only on power. It's based on precision and just catching somebody at the right time. There's a punch you don't see that knocks you out. If you can see it drop,
I'm betting on the decision. I'd say 100% of my money's going on the fucking decision. Ain't nobody hitting the canvas in this fight. That fucking graphic is wrong, in my opinion.
Cash Crypto said Bud ain't cracking like y'all trying to make it seem.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think
but
so.
He's accurate. He's accurate. Yeah.
It's not about, oh my God, fucking, that was hard ass punch. No, he ain't got that, I don't think. I think it's more about.
He seen Bud get rocked by shit he seen from smaller men.
Yeah, that's what EJ said.
If anybody gets knocked out, it's Terrence Crawford, but I would bet on the decision. My money says it will be a.
And the chin ain't the only place to hit him, man.
No, the liver.
That's true too.
Stop Canelo to the body for sure, but Canelo looks like he's in fucking dog shape, bro. I'm worried about this fight for Crawford. He might be sleeping.
Hey, all things said Bud ain't cracking like that, even with magic gloves.
I mean, but think about it. Think about it, fam. We can't forget the moment, and I ain't saying that he's nothing like Canelo, but Porter is known for having a pretty good chin, and and he resilient. And Bud was able to, do things I didn't expect for him to finish it out like he did with Porter.
Kenny Porter shouldn't have threw in the towel.
But Porter's been dropped before.
Sean was
dropped. Sean was dropped. Yeah.
His dad threw in the towel crazy early, bro. I'm like,
okay. Porter got a good recovery.
Yeah, because he got dropped twice in a round.
Right.
Then you got to think about where that shit was heading. We got to stop this train before it get out the station.
Yeah.
Right. He kept getting up really fast. That's the problem.
Sean would have made it to the end if he didn't throw in the towel. Guaranteed. That's what I think.
I don't know about that. You get dropped twice in one round like that.
It was a balance thing. I know you watched it closer than fucking just about anybody. Yeah, that shit was a balance thing. You caught him coming in. It was a good little punch, but I don't think he was hurt like that. Remember, he was punching the canvas. He was punching the fucking thing. He was fucking 100%.
Yeah, that was the second time. The first time he didn't even know what the hell hit him. He looked around like, oh shit, I'm on the canvas. He looked surprised by the punch that landed.
Maybe the first one you got that, but the second time
you got Cash Crypto. Cash Crypto. He said people thinking Bud can do. He said people thinking Bud can do Floyd shit. He's nothing like him. Bud stiff like Floyd, like water in the ring.
Nothing.
But Bud's a master boxer too, though. Like we can't pretend. Like that's what I'm thinking. Even about the sparring situation, like it's hard to mimic somebody like Bud because you have a boxer puncher who has the skill level of a master boxer. Like he can box as good as anybody out there, just even pure boxers. And he's a boxer puncher. That's a tough combination,
He
boxes very well.
He goes to get his lick back. He's gonna be in the pocket with Canelo fighting, man. He's not gonna do what people think. He use his legs all of a sudden and start moving lateral movement. You guys are fucking dreaming.
I mean, you're talking about a guy who stopped multiple Olympians. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think this is a tough fight.
You're fucking gassed up. You're talking about Crawford, a top 3 all-time fighter after this fight. You're dreaming, bro. You're fucking dreaming.
Top 5, maybe. Yeah, why not?
Dreaming. Top 5. He's not even. In the conversation, but not even close.
I mean, for me, I don't worship people of the past. I look at all fighters.
Because we don't know what the fuck you're talking about or looking at, bro.
People tell me that it's like Shakur Stevenson said. Like people say Ray Robinson is the best. They ain't never seen Ray Robinson fight.
Stop it.
Yeah,
you're gonna fucking go on to say Shakur is better than Ray Robinson. What the fuck?
No,
what?
I didn't say that. I said Shakur said people
you're alluding to it, though.
That Ray Robinson is the best and never seen Ray Robinson fight a day in their life.
Well,
You know?
Nah, I believe the
he
point
wasn't
that
talking to
Boxing
people on
Hacker
his
is
channel.
making, that we romanticize the past so much that we
I get
just
it.
say things without
We
actually
do.
going and doing our
We
own
do. We
independent
do.
research. And it
Yeah.
happens a lot. You ask
But
anybody, yo, who's the greatest of all time? Oh yeah,
they do,
Muhammad
not we.
Ali.
My bad.
How many Muhammad Ali
They
fights
do.
have you seen?
I
There's a
saw the
lot of
movie.
people like that. It's not to say that Muhammad Ali isn't deserving of that claim, or the same with Ray
Yeah,
Robinson, but
exactly.
people just throw Sugar Ray Robinson out there. How many Sugar Ray Robinson fights have you
But
seen?
see, he's talking to himself because he's never seen the fights. So he's talking like everybody else is
Yeah.
him. You've never
What?
seen the fights, Boxing Hacker, because you don't
I
do
was talking about
research, you
myself.
don't do your fucking due diligence. You just come out here fucking narratives in hand and talking crazy, bro.
So
It's bizarre.
if
Because you ain't never seen it, don't count
if
us in because we have.
I mean, you tell me, man. Like, you think about what Bud's doing, right? He's about to be 3 times. If he wins, 3
He's
times
not about to be
undisputed,
nothing, bro.
and he's beating, I guess, like probably the
He's
current
great. Listen,
pound for
don't get
pound.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying wrong, bro. He's
yeah.
great. He's an all-time
He's
great
gonna.
fighter. There's no doubt
And
about it.
like,
But
I
top
even look
10
at
is
Usyk
crazy
the
work.
same way. I look at Usyk the same way. I say Usyk's a generational fighter. I think Bud's a generational fighter at this point. You know.
Usyk is a generational fighter for sure.
Yeah.
He went to everybody's backyard, beat their asses in there. Much different than Crawford. You can't even put Crawford and Usyk in the same fucking conversation. Shit, how you do something matters.
Is what you achieve, man.
How you go and win matters. Where you go and win, the fucking style of victory,
Yeah.
all that shit matters.
So
Context
you
matters.
look at who Bud beat, right? Earl Spence was considered
That's
the
it.
top
That's as far as you can
top
talk.
welterweight, right?
Earl Spence.
Undisputed. Yeah, the top welterweight. He got a title every division he was in. Even 154, he got a title. The first fight in, right? Boots won the 154, he's getting a tune-up. Bud won the 154, got a title. See the difference
Stop
there?
the cap.
Let's
Stop the
talk
fucking
about
cap.
that. Let's talk about
They
that.
fucking picked Masvidal because they knew it was a style thing. They knew they would beat him up.
Man, Masvidal
Like,
has the
stop
same
being a
style
fake hardcore and pretending that you know what the fuck you're talking about without
Masvidal has
actually
the same
knowing.
style that, like, the guy that Boots fight 147. What are we talking about? Both are pure Soviet fighters. If we're talking about, he chose that. No, they're pure Soviet fighters. So you think Boots would fight somebody like that, right?
So why didn't he go
Anyway.
fight a different 154 champion? Why didn't he go fight fucking?
He wanted to fight Fundora, and then Earl Spence came in the ring and said he was going to fight him next. Remember that? That was the fight Bud was looking at first. So you want to say, why didn't he fight somebody else? The first person he was looking at was Fundora. Let's never forget that.
I give Fundora a better than good chance to beat Terrence Crawford's ass.
I don't think so, but yeah, but when it comes to him,
you're up here talking about Terrence Crawford beats Ray Robinson and fucking Canelo and
I
knocks
never
him
said
out.
that.
We know.
I never said that. I think Bud beats Canelo. He's one of the greats, man. You gotta give that brother his just due.
He's a great fighter. Yeah. He'll be a great fighter even if he loses. He's one of the greats. He's one of the best of his era. But he's not in no top 10 conversations. That's crazy.
Why not?
Because he's not, bro. His undisputed run at 140. Fuck are you talking about, bro? Come on, man.
40 fights in, and then 147, he knocked out everybody he fought. Like he was like on 9 knockout winning streak, right?
It was like 10, 10 straight.
Yeah. 11.
Yeah.
You're trying to give your man credit for something. You don't even know what the credit is.
you just want to discredit him for what, man? Just give the brother just due, man. Like, listen, I was an EJ fan too.
I always do. It's just you're trying to give him more than
Boxing Hacker. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm an Errol Spence fan, right? So I understand where my fellow Errol Spence fans are coming from. That wound probably will never heal.
That shit hurts. That shit hurts now. It does.
Dude, I cried. I cried at that fight, man. What are you talking about? I'm like the biggest EJ fan. Still am, you know. Yeah, but the brother won, man. You know, sometimes the brother won fair and square. It wasn't, you know, he gave his respect to EJ.
He's so unreasonable. He was difficult in negotiations, the coin flipping, this, that, and the third. It wasn't the same guy. That's us. That's Errol Spence fans. Okay,
The coin flip,
we'll
yeah.
never get full credit.
That's a real one.
It will
He's
always
fucking
be
up
an
here going to
asterisk.
bat for
It
Crawford.
will
He's
always be
still
an
telling
asterisk
us
next to
what it is.
anything Terrence Crawford has done.
Oh yeah, oh
You
yeah.
go back, you look at his resume. The guy actually has a pretty damn good resume. Like Jerry John at the time when he fought him, dude was like 27-1, damn good fighter. Felix Diaz, Olympic gold medalist, damn good
Gold
fighter.
medalist, yeah.
Victor Posto, damn good fighter. Even Ricky Burns was a good fighter in his own right. But
Yeah.
folks will not acknowledge it. They're gonna continue to say he ain't fought nobody but Errol Spence because he whooped Errol Spence's ass. I was hurt the night it happened.
I was hurt.
Listen,
And
my
I
wife
didn't
cooked me
believe-
dinner. I didn't even want to eat. I lost my appetite when he got dropped in the second round.
Yo,
That was
I
it was
said, put some
shocking,
foil
man.
on that shit. I will eat tomorrow. Matter of fact, I might eat next week.
You know the thing about Ant? I was thinking to myself, I said, there's no way, but EJ has to be the better boxer. EJ always keeps his hands up. He's always in position. You know, granted, it's like a more stationary style. But I was like, there's no way that Bud can fight somebody like EJ and outbox him. I just couldn't see it.
He was high.
I couldn't see it, bro.
Yeah, but all things, that's the reason why Victor Conte is constantly being brought up, because we have to rationalize in our minds what it is that we're seeing when it comes to this guy. There's no way in hell that he could have good footwork. There's no way in hell that he could have good punch placement. There's no way in hell that the guy could have good IQ. He had to have Victor Conte busted gloves, Bomax Cheeto dust, or whatever the hell it is that we're attributed to this guy's winning ways. The guy is just a winner. I have come to terms with it when he whooped my first favorite fighter's ass at the time, and Yuriokas Gamboa. When Gamboa was knocking shit out, Jorge Solis, Vajas and Tagua and all them dudes, I said there's no way in hell that he's going to lose. Bud whooped that man's ass so bad, dropped him, 3-4 times in that fight in the 9th round, and I said, I hate this guy. Justice for Yuriokas. Then he turned around and broke my heart again when he did it to Errol Spence, and I just came to terms. The dude is a bad motherfucker.
He is.
We just gotta just leave it at that.
There's no doubt, man. I'm not saying
it hurts. It hurts
too, right?
The top 10 shit is not. I'm not having it. Of all-time greatness, no way.
I'm not mad at anybody thinking that though, because I look at the man's overall skill set and I'm like, damn, there's very little things that he can't do. There's very few things that the man just can't do.
He's number 2 of his generation. Number 2. If he wins, maybe
the first worry was even though Shakur, like, you know, he's like Bud's brother. When he said that, because he was on the same national team as EJ, so he knows EJ's skill set really well, you know. And Shakur is somebody who like pays attention to detail. He was like, "There's no way that Bud style, EJ style can beat Bud style." And that point, I was like, that was a little bit worrying. So that was the first worry.
Quentin Randall said the same thing on Behind the Hands TV because he sparred both of them dudes, and he said that Errol Spence was very good, but Bud Crawford is just more dynamic. He got more in the tool bag.
Yeah,
just overall, right? And then
great counter puncher, bro. And that's how you.
Let me just say this, man. Victor Conte, yeah, he did whatever the hell he did in the past. Me personally, I don't put too much stock in the snack thing for several reasons. For one, if he had the undetectable delectables like everybody's saying he does, all of these guys who are testing positive for things, why wouldn't the hell they just go work with him and not test positive?
Not willing to. He's not willing to work with everybody. He selects his guys he works with.
Right.
So you don't think he would be willing to work with Canelo Alvarez? Canelo Alvarez is one of the biggest sports guys in the sport.
Like him. Maybe Canelo, maybe he, you know what I mean? I don't know why the fuck Canelo don't go to him, but
Oscar Valdez, he's out here drinking the tea. My other man is eating eggs. My other guy's eating boar meat.
Man.
Any other Mexicans fight for Victor? That's probably what it is. No Mexicans fuck with Victor. Is there any Mexicans on Victor?
Mikey Garcia was with Victor. He's Mexican.
He was a poster child. That's what I'm saying. Mike Garcia was literally like he put Snack on the map to me because he had like 50 commercials with Snack.
Look past his past. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. You should not be allowed to give no fighter supplements. Never.
I don't
get
it.
It's a conflict of interest. You don't get it because your favorite fighter fights for him. That's why you don't.
He didn't. The boxing. You're talking about something that happened like when, and it wasn't effective.
I don't give a fuck when it happened. It still happened. And guys that go off to the feds, they normally get better at the shit that put them in there in the first place. That's what happens.
My problem with what you're saying now is that you have fighters who tested positive in the past, and you're okay with them
I
being
don't
in the
give a
sport.
fuck what you're fucking. I'm not.
Yeah,
What you're assuming. My
Shane
problem
Mosley
with you is
tested
you make the
positive.
biggest
Roy
fucking
Jones tested
assumptions
positive.
ever.
If we can say the
So
actual
what?
fighters,
We're not talking about Roy Jones. We're not talking about that.
wait,
We're talking about
wait.
what's happening right now.
Yeah, if we can say those
Victor
fighters
Cosby shouldn't be allowed to
tested
give nobody
positive in the
supplements.
past.
Have him go on
Hold on,
Bada's
y'all.
board.
Hold on.
Have him catch
Hold on.
cheaters.
I got something for y'all right here. Hold on.
Is it possible to circumvent? Yeah, it is. You know, but the same people that know how to circumvent, like myself, are the same ones that know how to catch.
Well, Victor, the issue is, and I think the reason that you're so fired up is this goes to the core.
A very hard time believing this guy at anything he says. I can't, bro. I can't. I don't care what.
Listen,
you
I
guys
understand.
rational.
I understand the suspicion. I
care.
understand the skepticism for sure. The guy's got a checkered past. He's done some unsavory things before. But again, who the hell is Martirosian that he's so special that? Oh yeah, Victor's like, yeah, you know what? I'll work with him, but I won't work with Oscar Valdez. Or I won't work with this other guy. Or I won't work with this other guy. All these fighters that are testing positive for things.
Bro,
if it were just that simple, you can go to this guy and just be undetected. Then who the hell wouldn't do that? For several reasons.
I get it, because Victor Conti won't work with him. What the fucking reasoning is, well, I don't fucking know. But he takes select fucking. I think you got to be anemic or something to work with the guy, so he can get you on the medical exempt list. So he can fucking pump you full of testosterone. Oh, nah. Shut the fuck
come
up.
on, God. Come on, man. You don't really believe that stuff.
What?
I just think
What
it's
are you
targeted.
fucking talking about, Slow-Mo? I 100% believe that.
Okay.
I wouldn't have fucking said it if I don't believe it.
All right, man. Hey, I'll give it to you. If you believe it, you believe it, man. Hey,
fuck is wrong
take
with
my
you?
shamaj off and put
I just think
take my head wrap off and put my tinfoil hat on.
That's
until one of these guys, with Victor Conti,
if you don't have
positive,
suspicion
I'm not
of
gonna.
Victor, shame on you. Like real
I
talk,
don't have
bro. This guy is fucking.
I don't think that.
Nobody he's ever worked with tested positive. You guys keep saying, "Oh, nobody tests positive," or if it was that easy, he would just do it. Whatever. Stop the cat, bro.
No, not that he would just do it to everybody. They would seek him out.
They don't have what Victor has. Wait, seek him out for what? He's not taking patients every fucking day. It don't work like that. He selects the guys he works with. Only in one instance, in Terrence Crawford's instance. What?
What do they? No. What do you talking about? He selects them. What are you talking about?
Oh my fucking god, dude! Yo, I really think you're like 2 fucking brain cells above retarded.
It's
Willie Monroe Jr. is that special that he just got handpicked by the steroid god himself.
They just sign up, man.
Listen, bro, I don't know how they pick them. It's not a fucking
Bruno Escalante was that special.
You just show up here and we'll take down fucking. Hey, I don't know why he works with them, bro, but the guys he works with, they're fucking anemic. They all end up on the medical exempt list. So you don't know, Vada don't know. Nobody knows how much fucking shit's been pumped into these young men or women's body.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Shut up. Let me say this.
I just think it's low craziness a little bit.
Oh, let me say this real quick. So last night, hold on, y'all. So last night, Jag Queen Boxer, she was live last night, and she went through the Vada website, you know what I'm saying? And this same, letterhead right here was not on there. It was Bud Crawford wasn't on the list for us, recent fighters tested last night. So I don't know. Like I said,
because he's on the medical exempt list. That's why you can't find out.
Shit like this is you can have suspicions, to shit when you got shit like this. The dates. June, the date is fucked up. June 23, 2024. Then you got the bottom, July 2025, and then Bud not being on the website for us, him testing recent in July. I mean, so some people can have their suspicions of this.
Yeah, I mean,
why is he so hell bent on giving fighters supplements instead of catching them? If he really went into jail and turned over a new leaf, why does he have to be here giving these guys supplements? Nobody can answer that question.
Money.
Why not? Why not? Because you're a convicted cheater.
Money.
You're a fucking supplement dealer that's been juicing people to fuck up.
He wasn't convicted of dealing, so let's stop that.
I didn't say anything about dealing. You're saying that.
He says he's convicted.
What are you talking about?
He was convicted of conspiracy, if you want to say what he's convicted of.
It's not convicted conspiracy. What the fuck are you talking about?
He was convicted on a conspiracy charge.
That's
and
a
money
plea
laundering.
deal, you fucking Momo.
Bro, that
What
was
the
his
fuck are you
conviction.
talking about?
That's still his conviction. What conviction do
Oh
you
my
have?
God, dude. Yo,
He went
man,
to jail for
listen.
6 months.
It's
You
hard
act
to
like he was
talk
doing
boxing
10
with you for
years.
any more than 10 minutes at a time
Man,
because you're just
yo,
so fucking irrational, so
dude, you act like he went to
dumbfounded.
jail
It's
for like
fucking
20 years or
ridiculous.
something. He did 6 months. And
Oh
he
my
got
God.
convicted
Yep. And
for two things.
didn't learn from all of his fucking. So how much of a lesson can you learn being in jail for 6 months? Huh? You ever go to jail, hacker?
No, I
You
didn't
ever
go to
been in
jail, bro.
jail?
No,
Yeah,
why would I
yeah,
go
I
there?
know. I know.
Yeah,
I
it's not
know.
somewhere I want
How
to
much
visit,
of
you
a
know?
lesson can you learn in 6 fucking months? Be in
Bro,
there
you can
studying, get
learn a
back
lesson in
out and
one
do the
day.
same thing, but this time you're not going to get caught because you figured out how to do the shit in the feds.
Oh, hey man,
Oh,
listen, guys.
hey man,
Like
listen.
I said,
You
you're free
guys
to
can
believe
argue
what you
till you're
want.
blue in the fucking
Yeah,
face. We're
you
all
can believe what
always
you
going to
want.
believe
I'm
that.
cool with that. I
Always.
think it's select. It's targeted. It's 100%
No,
targeted
it's
because
not. It has nothing to do with
I
Terrence
literally
Crawford. It
said
has
I
everything to do
literally
with Victor
remember
Conti.
Mikey Garcia's situation with
Goofy.
Earl Spence.
Fuck out
Mikey,
of here.
Mister. I think I see something. That's what everybody kept making fun of. I think I see something.
You don't see
Nobody was
shit.
talking about Mikey. Mikey had a freaking snack commercial.
Everybody was saying it.
No, absolutely
Oh
not.
my God, the entirety of Victor Conti's career, everybody's been calling him a cheater
No,
for the
nobody's
entire time he's
no.
been here.
And
I
McQueen,
gotta go, Cam.
Do
You
you
had a
remember the
good
Mike
one, bro.
Garcia fight?
I can't fuck with this kid.
And
I can't
McQueen, do
fuck
you
with
remember
him.
Mike
He's
Garcia
retarded.
versus Earl Spence?
He's
I
retarded.
mean, he saw something. He
He saw
something.
some. That's what you remember, right? Do you remember people accusing Mikey of juicing?
What up? What up?
Nope.
Cash Crypto, D-Ray for
Exactly, because it
live,
never
man. What's
happened.
good, man?
It's all
Hey, D-Ray,
targeted.
what you got on this, brother?
Yo, hacker, shut the fuck up when the host is talking. Goofy ass nigga.
I said, go ahead, Cash Crypto. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, this old argument is getting redundant. You know, you just gotta let the people that support Victor, and the ones that know the history, the real history, and all the shit he's done said. I mean, shit, it is what it is. You know what I mean? To me, Snack is kind of like a front. It's just like because Snack's always been around, you guys. This Snack ain't new. Snack been around since Balco days. So I mean, if Snack was the secret ingredient to have these dudes doing crazy shit, he would have never been using undetectable steroids and shit like that. So I mean, it's really kind of corny to say. I don't know why you guys keep saying this. Nobody's testing positive. I mean, yeah, a long list of athletes passed hundreds of tests at Balco. Nobody tested positive. Like, what do you keep saying this dumbass shit for? You guys, you sound
Cash
like a broken
crypto.
record.
Let me put some context to it. Let me just put some
I don't
context
need
to it,
some context right now, bro.
because I'm
Throw
one
your
of the people that
context
you were
in,
just
throw your
talking about. I'm
context
one of the
in when
people
I'm
you were
done,
just
bro.
talking about.
Don't jump in the middle when I'm talking, bro. You've been talking the whole show.
Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much. Yeah. So if you guys really trust Victor and this dude who did all this shit, you up here saying incorrect facts. He didn't do no 6 months. He did like 3 to 4 months in a fucking camp, in a place where there's no fences and no barbed wires. Those aren't the people that learned something from going to jail. He didn't learn shit. He got a little slap on the damn wrist, man. That's all he got. And if you listen to these athletes who worked with Victor, you know what I mean, they'll tell you what, like, these people know Victor. You know what I mean? They spent years around this motherfucker. And some of them there's interviews out there, and a lot of them make a lot of sense. If you go listen to Tim Montgomery and a lot of shit these people been saying about Victor, man, this dude, all he did was show these people how he was beating the system then, while the whole time he had other ways to beat the system. Like, it's really not hard to fucking understand. You know what I mean? Once you a hustler, you always a hustler. That's one thing you can't take from a hustler, the hustle. You know what I mean? So you whatever you believe, man. At this point, there's no point in arguing, man. Gullible, naive people, they're gonna be gullible and naive until the end of time. So it is what it is.
All right, sir. It's not so much a matter of these people have not tested positive. The point that I made was if it was that simple that he could just circumvent all of these tests, and you got all these other guys that are tested positive dealing with the people, whoever it is that they're dealing with, that they're getting their stuff from, why the hell would you not just go to the guy that can help you beat the test?
And D1 was trying to explain to you, and if you go and do your research and listen to Victor Conte talk in the Balco days up until now, he talks about only wanting to work with the top of the top. So yeah, he got the snack product and the snack brand and all these people who he sponsors. Yeah, he's not giving them all the same shit that he gives to the top athletes that he likes to deal with, as he explains how he likes to select who he gives his shit to in the past, my nigga. If you do a little more research and not just go off your whatever you assuming in your opinion, listen to this guy talk is what I was saying. Listen to Conte's words out of his mouth. That's what I go off of. Not all this jibber jabber y'all be talking about on all this nonsense. I listen to the man's words from his Balco days, which I remember vividly and clearly because I'm old enough, because I was grown then and I'm growner now. You know what I mean? I'm not going off this. I don't know how you guys look at this situation, but you really ain't looking at it from both sides. Both sides. You're just taking this whole political. I respect you here too, but I think you're like you real political. Like, you know what I mean? You want to see the best in everybody, but man, I'm aware of the evil in everybody at the same time.
No, likewise. But here's my thing though. I'm not hell bent on only seeing things one way. Which I understand the suspicion, I understand the skepticism surrounding Victor Conte. But I'm also not like, well, you know what, this is the worst thing ever. This guy's the worst, the most maleficent. He's just this evil genius scientist dude, and he's able to do X, Y, Z. I think it's more of what you said before. The dude is just a hustler looking to make money. So again, if you're a hustler who's looking to make money and you're looking to work with the best, you've had champions, guys who were fringe contenders, the best of the best, who have tested positive for things. So it's like, what the hell makes a guy like Vanis Martirosyan so special that you would work with him, but you wouldn't work with a guy like Jarrell Miller? Or what makes this guy over here so special that you wouldn't work with him, or you wouldn't work with that guy? I'm not saying that the guy is guilty. I'm also not saying he's innocent. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't even see what the hell is going on with Snack. That is aside from Victor Conte's involvement, I don't see what's so I'm looking for the word. But when you see a guy like Caleb Plant gassing in every fight, and he's been with Snack, when you see other guys in Snack where like Devin Haney, and the 25 pounds overnight, that is a little bit suspicious, because I don't even know how the hell you retain that much water. But then we say the guy's pillow fisted, he can't punch, so on and so forth. So it's like, outside of maybe cutting weight, what the hell is Snack doing for these guys for real?
Yeah, but Ant, you're stuck on the snack, my nigga. Like, you guys are stuck on the supplements. Snack been around since Balco, like I said, long before. Snack is always
and ZMA was with the NFL.
New. So it's not the Snack that was ever doing anything special for anybody. So let's stop thinking that it was that the Snack is the. I'm not talking about the Snack. I don't care about the supplements, bro. When I hear Victor talk about him bringing in a doctor to give niggas shots, he's not shooting supplements they're not shooting supplements in a needle into your damn body. That's not what it is, okay, bro?
So
you got it. I didn't tell Victor to say these things. I didn't tell him to talk about the doctor he brings in. I don't remember the doctor.
So they using syringes currently. This is what I'm asking you, because I know about the EPO. I was a big Shane Mosley fan. He was injecting shit in his navel. Are they using EPO and things of that nature now?
That's the thing. Go sit down. That's the thing, and we'll never know, because once Victor gets his doctor to write off whatever these guys are supposedly deficient in, or if they're anemic all of a sudden when they've had doctors their whole lives, they get with him and now they're anemic. We'll never know what they're using. Once you get a therapeutic use exemption, you can use EPO. You can use straight up testosterone. There's a bunch of shit you can use. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't really care about this fight, because to me, both of these niggas are suspect in my opinion. So shit, it is what it is with this fight.
Yeah.
Let the best man win.
I mean, everybody can say, like, for me, I just think that when it comes to Victor Conte, I mean, everybody has the right to their own suspicion. You can believe or whatever, right? I just think it goes out the realm with like when it goes out being suspicion where people start saying it's actually what is, like nobody, none of these guys ever tested positive, no, like
Man, shut the
Crawford
fuck
has
up,
never,
nigga. You gonna keep
dude, like
saying
I'm
the same
talking,
shit
man,
over and
like
over?
no, nobody's tested
Yeah, I know.
positive,
Nobody's
and
tested positive. Okay, we
if
get
people were
that, bro. We
people were
understand
so
that.
worried, it's
We
funny, people
totally
were so,
understand. Nobody's tested
bro,
positive.
can
We
I
get that.
talk, dude? Can I talk? When people
Marion
are so,
Jones, she passed hundreds of
dude,
tests. She
is she
didn't test positive either,
is she a
nigga. You
great
want me to go down
boxer?
the list of people
Is she a great boxer, bro?
that passed
Is
a
she a
bunch
great
of tests
boxer?
that didn't test positive? You
Who
goofy
is
ass
she a
nigga.
great boxer? Let me talk. I
Nah,
listen
shut
to
the
you.
fuck up.
I
You talk
listen
too
to you
much,
rant about
nigga.
nothing.
You
I
talk
listen to you
too
rant
much.
about absolutely nothing. You rant about absolutely nothing. Talking about, oh, you guys are emotional. You're the one being emotional.
I'm not
You're the one.
emotional, nigga.
You talking about, oh, you guys are. No, what I'm saying is a fact. Like this guy, like none of these fighters. Buck Crawford never tested positive, so why should I
Go ahead,
believe it?
say it again. Say it again.
Yeah,
None of
he's
them
never
ever
tested
tested
positive.
positive.
And if people are worried
None of them
about it,
ever tested
then
positive.
people
Go
should
ahead,
push
say
for
it again, Hacker.
365.
Say it again,
If people
baby.
are
One more
so
time.
worried about
One more
Victor
time, baby.
Conte dissing, if people are so worried about Victor Conte being the system, then they should all do 365, right? Because that's the only way you beat the system is by cycling, right? So do 365, nobody beats the system, But people will complain
365
about
ain't the
that.
answer either, you goofy nigga, when people got therapeutic use exemptions in other ways and undetectable drugs. 365 is that's not an
What
answer
is
to
the
anything either.
undetectable drug, bro?
So
What
shut
is
the
the
fuck up.
what? Okay, you know what? Let's talk
Insulin
about
growth factor. Insulin growth factor is an
why is it
undetectable
undetectable,
drug,
bro?
nigga. You want me to
Why?
list off a bunch of undetectables so you can go do some
Which one?
research?
Which one? Which
You
one did
keep
Victor
yapping
Conte
about?
create? Which one did Victor Conte create?
Go
Please.
listen to some of Conte's interviews, and
He
he'll tell you
has
about
yet.
the undetectables he got.
He has never created an
I never
undetectable
said he
drug, buddy.
created anything. I
Okay,
never said he created
so
anything,
so
nigga. So shut the fuck up.
here's the difference, right? You want to say people are guilty until proven innocent. I'm saying let them be innocent until proven guilty. Until you can speculate there's some magical drug that's invisible that he's giving everybody, even though you have absolutely zero proof. That's up to you. But until somebody actually tests positive, I'm not gonna throw a jacket on them.
No, there's lots
I
of
see
proof
all
that
these
he
fighters.
gave
All
undetectable
these
drugs
fighters
to a lot of
train
people.
hard.
Shut up, nigga. You just
Terrence
rambling.
Crawford
You
trains
just
very
rambling right
hard.
now, little mama.
Dude, you want to jump in what I'm saying? I
You
listen
just
to the shit
rambling.
you
You
were
just
saying.
rambling.
Terrence Crawford trains
You
hard.
just rambling, bro. That's all you doing. You just rambling.
What's his name? Devin Haney trains hard. A lot of
Nobody
these fighters
said
train
that Victor
hard
Conte
day
created
in, day
anything,
out.
nigga. I don't even
Day
know where
in,
you
day
get this
out.
from. Where you
Yo,
get that he created
Cash, let
something?
me
I
ask
never
you.
said that.
I listened to you. Yeah, did I stop you when you were talking about absolutely
You
nothing?
never heard me say that Victor Conte created
I'm not
anything.
even addressing you, bro. So
Hold
let
on,
me
y'all.
finish.
Hold on. Let's get D Ray
Goofy
in here,
ass
man.
nigga.
D Ray, man. What's good, D Ray?
What's up, Cam?
What's good, brother, man? What you think about this Bud Crawford versus Canelo fight, man? What you think about him right here? He said that he gonna do the same thing again, man. Pretty much on September 13th, man. So what you think about this?
Hey, I believe him. And I think Canelo and his fans believe him as well. And that's where I think, bro, that there is no excuse for Canelo if he lose. He looked like he's in great shape. And I just find it ironic that people want to come to the defense of the convicted cheater, bro, against a guy that ain't never had a stain on his record, bro. And y'all just want to keep putting this BS. And here's my thing, though, right? With Victor Conte, all these people Victor should have been out of boxing. Where was y'all at before he got with Bud, bro? I did not hear not one person up here screaming and crying that Victor's in boxing until he got with Bud, bro. When was that? Was that the Porter fight or a different fight? I'm not sure when Snack wanted to put a little stamp on his trunks or whatever, bro. But I just think, bro, that it's a distraction. It's an excuse. And it's just, bro, that they want to deny that the best boxer on the planet is from Omaha, bro.
Let me respond to D-Ray real quick. D-Ray, if you'd have been places, hold on, salute, bro. If you'd have been more places than just Dub Right Side channel, you would have seen people people like me talking about Victor Conte since he was working with Willie Monroe, since he was working with Berto, since he even started fucking trying to get into the sport, nigga. So you saying you really
Hey man,
saying nothing? Hold on, bro. Hold on.
nigga.
Just
Yeah, there we go then. Okay, come on.
calm down. Just because you didn't see
Well,
nobody
be
at the
respectful,
right side
bro. You
panel,
know, hey
it
man,
don't
listen,
mean
bro.
that people weren't talking about it, nigga. Because I've been talking about
Hey,
Conte
nigga,
since
what I'm saying
2000,
is,
Postal
nigga.
link when you
I've been
look,
talking about this
look,
man
hey,
since
Hold on, y'all.
2000.
Hold on,
bro,
D-Ray.
look, look,
Hold on,
hey,
D-Ray. Let him
hold on,
respond to
listen.
you. Hold
Y'all
on,
can't
D-Ray.
get no traction. You can't get no traction on your argument unless you try to align it with Crawford. Because
I mean,
if you
that's your
was
opinion. That's
talking
just your
about it,
opinion, bro.
if you was talking about it, wasn't nobody listening, wasn't nobody caring. Where was they at, bro?
Cash just
Okay,
be saying
move
a
the
whole bunch of
goalposts, nigga.
nothing,
Keep moving
man.
the goalposts.
I don't
Cash be
care
saying a
what
whole
you
bunch of
said, bro.
nothing.
You been saying
Nobody
a whole
said
bunch
shit
of nothing.
when Mikey
Keep
was
moving the
the whole
goalposts,
poster.
nigga.
Mike Garcia was a poster child of snack. Nobody said shit. Nobody said shit.
Yeah,
He was
we
literally
did. We did, Hiker.
okay.
You weren't
Post the link.
around. You
Post the
weren't
link.
around back then,
Okay,
nigga.
it's
You're
on
kind of
YouTube, right?
new.
Get the links and
You're
post them.
relatively new to
Yeah,
these channels,
go
nigga. You
prove
ain't
it.
been
Get the
around.
links. Get the links and prove it.
You ain't been around, nigga.
Get get the
You
links and
go
prove it.
look at
Yo,
the
yeah,
go look at the
exactly,
chats, nigga. Go do your
exactly.
research.
No,
I'm
go
not gonna do your
find
homework for
you.
you, little punk ass
You
nigga.
said you talked about it. Go get the YouTube links.
Yeah, go
YouTube
get the
has
links.
all their
Go
videos.
look them up. They
They
out
have
there,
all their
little one.
videos. Go find them. Full
They
of
in
shit.
there.
I
You
thought
go
you
find
talking
them,
about
nigga.
nothing
I don't
because
got
you're talking
proof
about
shit to your
absolutely
bitch
nothing.
ass, nigga. You ain't been
Nobody said
around.
nothing. Nobody said nothing when Mikey was doing that shit. Nobody. It wasn't even a point. But
Yeah, we
people
did,
always
bro.
saying, "Oh, we see something," because
You're
that's all Mike.
incorrect
That
again,
was
little
like,
nigga.
okay, prove it. Prove it.
Go
Prove
do your
it.
own
I'm
homework,
incorrect.
nigga. I'm not here
What?
to do your
Wait, wait,
homework
wait,
for
wait.
you.
Your claim I'm incorrect, but you can't prove it. You want me to prove what you're
You're
saying?
just making
No, you
assumptions,
prove it.
nigga. You're
Okay,
incorrect,
prove I'm
bro.
wrong. Prove
You're
I'm wrong.
incorrect.
Prove I'm wrong. Mike Garcia fight was highly publicized. Find documentation. Prove it. Where's the
And
suspicion
the thing was, though, listen, though, everybody knew at best, Snack might take Mikey Garcia from a good fighter to a great fighter. What is scared of is if you give it to a great fighter who do everything the right way, salute, then they got a problem with it because they believe that it's something that they ain't never seen before, bro. And what it remind me of too with Victor Conte, I never been a fan, bro, right? But I ain't gonna hate just because my brother is gonna push his max to the limit, right? But when it was Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire, these motherfuckers out here cheering. Soon as Barry Bonds get it, oh man, now we got a problem. Now we want to have an investigation. Now we want to put up an asterisk, bro. But see, that's the whole thing with boxing, bro, and that's where we got to be united. As far as I'm concerned, is you have to have rules that everybody has to apply to, bro. Everything should be on the up
All right,
and up
hold on,
because,
Cam.
hey,
Check
my
this out.
thing is, hey, I just want to land the plane. I just want to
All right,
say,
land the
I
plane, then,
want
nigga.
everybody to be on a fair playing field and get fair compensation, bro. Other than that, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Go ahead,
All right,
fam.
CamJ. Look, it's kind of like I said on Jab Queen panel. A lot of these people, they ain't never worked out in their fucking lives, so they don't know how much money you can, how much muscle you can pack on without no cheating. You can only pack on a pound of muscle a month. So for someone who's been in the gym and done crazy training without extra help and with extra help, you know what I mean? You can see the red flags. Certain people can see these
Hey,
red flags.
all
Hold
things.
on,
Can I ask
nigga.
you a
Calm
question?
your ass down, nigga. Calm down. I ain't done
Hey, man,
talking.
shut up, nigga. Let me ask you a
Shut up,
question,
nigga.
bro.
You want to jump in a minute? Let me
Come
land my
on,
plane,
nigga. Let
nigga.
me
Hold
ask
on,
you a
D-Ray.
Let me
Hold on,
land
question,
my
D-Ray.
plane,
Hold on,
nigga.
D-Ray. Let them finish.
bro.
Let
All
them
right,
finish.
my
Let
Land
them
my
bad.
talk.
plane. Let me land my plane before you get emotional, little nigga. Okay? So since your ass ain't never been in a fucking gym,
Hey, man, stop
Conte.
with
Here
all
you
that
go
bullshit,
again.
bro. You keep
Emotions.
making up shit.
All right, emotional, nigga. Whenever you done. You done?
No, hey, my question is this. What was you
Fuck your
saying when
question,
everybody
nigga.
talking about Earl had
I'm
puffy
not up for
nipples?
one of your questions. I'm still trying to land my plane,
Hey, I
nigga.
don't give a fuck. I don't care,
I
bro.
don't give a fuck
Hold on,
either,
D-Ray.
nigga.
Hold
Hey,
on,
what was
D-Ray.
you
Hold on. Let
saying
them finish.
about
Let
Go
them
them
take
and
finish,
them
your
puffy
D-Ray.
fucking
nipples,
middle of
Come
though?
the
on,
day nap,
D-Ray. Come
nigga.
on,
Go take
D-Ray.
your
Come on.
nap, nigga.
Chill, baby. Hey, come on,
My
D-Ray.
bad.
Let them finish. Let them finish.
Emotional ass butt fans, man. Yeah. So, anyways, if you just do some research, like you'll know that back in the days, Conte was having women put on 20 pounds of muscle in a month. In a fucking month. You know what I mean? So when I see these crazy body transformations happen, in a matter of 8 fucking weeks, man, look, it's a red flag to me, man. I'm gonna just say that off the rip.
Okay, so when it comes to putting a pound of muscle a month,
Hold
that's
on,
actually
hold on,
not
Hacker,
true. It's 2 pounds of
Hold
muscle
on,
a month.
Hacker.
Okay.
Let D-Ray
Yeah.
respond, because D-Ray was one to ask him a question. Let him respond.
Okay. Go ahead, D-Ray.
I appreciate it, man. Hey, I'm just trying to move the conversation forward, bro. You know what I'm saying? And what I said is what I said. When people were accusing Earl and they was talking about the way he looked, that he looked suspicious. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's true or not. You know what I mean? Because I really am not concerned with, stuff like that, bro. But I'm just saying that, dude, it's obvious that Victor Conte cheated in track and field and all them other sports, right? And so now, obviously, I hope that they do have him under a microscope, bro, where it's impossible for him to be able to have undetectable cheating steroids. But what I'm saying is, unless you know, okay, this is what we got, bro, because you cannot keep nothing like that a secret today, bro. Everybody know everything about everything, bro. So, but it's easy to go ahead and allege and speculate and make up shit that you got no factual backing for and be able to call it the truth, bro. I appreciate you, Cam. I appreciate you, panel and chat. Salute all things. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, let me just respond to one thing. So, Cash said it's a pound a month. No, it's 0 to 2 pounds a month, and it's relative to the person and what they're going through, like their training regimen, their diet, and so on, and their genetics. So you're talking about average based on a normal person, but you can't put that towards somebody that's in a training camp for almost a whole year. That means they're training almost 60 hours a day. Realize that, right? This guy this training camp, he had like a whole pre-camp for Canelo. Remember, he skipped fighting and the whole pre-camp as well. So when you say, "Oh, he can't put in that much muscle," even if you do the calculation, he can put on 20. He can put on like 18 pounds already. If you want to really be
if you
calculated.
look at his pictures to when his body was flabby compared to when his muscles start to pop out, is what I'm talking about. You really don't know what you're talking about.
Listen.
You don't know what you're talking about, bro.
He can put. Wait. I'm not talking about pictures. I'm not talking about pictures.
With you is like arguing with one of my kids right now.
Because you know you're incorrect. You said pound a month, which is incorrect.
It
right?
is a pound a month.
It's not a pound a month. It's 0 to. You can Google. Google
whatever
is your friend.
You Google, nigga.
Google is your friend.
Google whatever you want,
Google
nigga. I said
how much. Anybody in the chat.
Nigga.
Google how much muscle can you gain in 1 month.
It's around a pound a month.
It's 0 to 0. It's 0.5 to 2 pounds a month. But it's relatively based on a normal person, and then you also consider factors like, because some people gain muscle quicker than other people. So like the different body types. So
that's why I said
things.
Around a pound, nigga.
It's not around a pound.
It is around a pound, bro.
I said the max, the normal max is 2 pounds. You keep saying a pound. No, it's not around
normal.
a pound.
It's not going to be normal for people to put on 2 pounds of muscle.
And you're talking and again, you're not talking about a normal person. You're talking about a fighter in training camp that had a pre-camp.
No shit, but he's always been.
Your normal person is not training 4 to 6 hours a day, bro.
He's been in the gym his whole life, Hackers. Like what
you're
saying? It doesn't matter, bro.
Yo, a normal person is not training 4 to 6 hours a day. Do you realize that? So those stats are based on somebody who goes to the gym for an hour a day.
Hacker,
that's a normal person.
Here's what you're not understanding. The 4 to 6 hours
it's like I'm saying a song to nobody.
Hacker,
I'm saying a song to nobody.
This is what you're not understanding.
Six.
It doesn't matter. I'm about to tell you.
6 times 2.
Hold on, Hacker, let him respond.
Shut the fuck up.
Let him respond, bro.
Talking about Google. Shut up. It doesn't matter how many hours you train a day. It's your recovery time. It's the recovery speed up with the drugs help you with that allow you to pack on more muscle. You goofy nigga.
God.
You don't know what you're talking about. You're just babbling because you Googled something.
Let's do math then. Let's do math.
Never been in the gym, nigga. You are not in shape, bro.
Let's do math.
Stop acting
because
like
I think this is madness. Let's do math. Let's do math. All right. The guy's been. How long has he been? How long been?
Man.
When
Let
last
someone else
the bug?
Talk, bro. Nobody wants to hear you.
No. Because you know you're full of shit, right? Let's do math. Let's say he's been training camp for 7 months.
Nigga.
let's say he's been in camp for 7 months. He gained 2 pounds of muscle a month, right? He
How
just
many
gained 14
times you gotta
pounds of
hear that you don't know
muscle.
shit about nothing
He
before
just
you get
gained
to understand
14.
that you
He
don't
just
know
gained,
shit about nothing,
bro. 7 months times 2. 7 times 2 is what? He gained 14 pounds of muscle. What are you talking about? How
Bro,
much? Okay,
did you
how
not
much
see how
muscle do you
Bud
think he
looked a couple
gained?
months ago? Why are you talking about 7
Okay,
months? You sound stupid right now.
Let me
You
ask you
sound
again. How much
stupid right
muscle did
now,
he
bro.
gain? How much muscle did he gain
You
then?
sound stupid right now, bro.
No, because you were talking shit, but you
Only
don't know
you
how
are
it's fact.
thinking that you're
Talk.
saying something right now,
How
my
much muscle
nigga.
did how much muscle
It's
did
only
Terrence
you, bro.
Crawford gain? How much muscle did Crawford gain?
Anyways, I'm not about to
Exactly.
argue with my kids.
All
Anyway,
right, so
I'm
let me
let's
about to
say
do
argue
this,
with my
man.
kids.
they just
Let's
get
do
quiet
this.
when
We
they don't
about to,
have the
hey,
information.
hey,
Right?
Shut
They
up,
don't know
hacker,
the
nigga.
answers,
hacker,
right?
hacker, hacker,
Goofy
hacker.
ass.
Chill out.
My
We about to
bad,
switch
Cam.
gears. Let's switch gears right here, man. So let's switch gears and talk about this real quick. So you got right here, man. Devin Haney, he's saying, I'm excited to be a 3 division champion. God willing. Brian Norman, he's just another opponent. He's just another stepping stone. And then he says this as well later on, right here. He says, this isn't my first rodeo. I've been fighting top guy after top guy. Brian will just be another guy on my resume. So I'm gonna start off with Ant McQueen. What you think about this right here, brother?
I mean, hopefully he put the work in so he could be confident, trust the things that he put in, and try to make that a reality, man. Me personally, I got my reservations, but it's not up to me. It's up to Devin Haney, his team, to make sure that they prepared to go out there and handle business. I'm leaning towards Brian Norman Jr. though. You know, the momentum, the progression. Think he's more skilled, got better IQ than what he's been given credit for. I know he's had some shaky moments in the past, but he prepares to putting those behind him. So I'm leaning towards Brian Norman Jr., but hey, that's the way that Devin Haney's supposed to be thinking going into this fight.
Facts. I'm gonna go with let's go with D Ray. What you think about this, D Ray?
I appreciate it. Hey, and I kind of second a lot of that as far as him being confident going into the fight. And you might have to tell yourself to try to trick yourself. And I think one thing he is tricking himself with is just saying Brian Norman Jr. is just another opponent. Until I see that, I think that's going to be the best opponent that Devin Haney has had. So I want both of them to be at their best, bro. Appreciate it. Go ahead.
For sure. Cash Crypto.
Oh man, you already know how I feel, bro. Norman in 5. Norman in 5, nigga.
Number 5. Go ahead, hacker, man. Go ahead and talk about your beloved Devin Haney right
Man,
here.
salute the black Jesus, Devin Haney, man.
The
I mean, to
Black
me,
Jesus is crazy.
yeah, man, young black Jesus right there. No, I think Devin's in the right mindset right now. I think the way his thought process about the fight is really good. I favor Devin to win. I do think Brian Norman is a dangerous opponent that poses a different kind of threat. Because he's younger than Devin. First, I think it's one of the first time Devin's fighting somebody who's actually younger than him. He's very powerful in both hands, and he can box fairly well. Like I think his boxing ability has gotten better. As time progresses, but I favor Devin because I feel like Devin is the more naturally skilled boxer, and I always favor a pure boxer over a puncher. But I do know that this is, of course, a dangerous fight for Devin as well because the whole Ryan thing, you don't know his punch resistance is dropped, and also like the game plan. I personally think, people call the Ramirez fight a boring fight. I think the game plan used against Ramirez will be difficult for a fighter for Brian Norman to beat. I personally think so, and I think if that's what gets him the dub, I think he should go with whatever game plan works for him, include that as well. Because that one thing about that whole like extra movement, it plays towards Devin's strengths and Brian's weaknesses. Because we look at Devin and Brian, I would say Devin has the better footwork, but Brian has the more punching power, So if he has a style like that plays towards his strength and plays towards Brian's weakness, I think that's the best game plan for him. But yeah, I got Devin.
Boxing Hack, let me ask you this question though about the footwork. How the hell does he generate offense utilizing that same style of footwork that he used against Jose Ramirez? Because for the majority of that fight, he was squared up. And I think that's why his output was very minimal because you can't. It's hard to punch from that position on the move. So how does he generate offense?
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. So it's gonna be so he has to do it at points where Brian Norman's not in position to punch back. Because if Brian's circling you, he's gonna be at least like in between movements. I think when he's in between movements, that's where you have to start targeting them. If that's the way I would look at it, that to me that would be the safest fight plan for him. It might be slow. But I attribute to like game of chess. People always look for great checkmates in chess, right? But people who play to the end game are the ones who are normally the more like it's normally the more like talented player. So I think he makes it boring and tries to like outpoint him. I think that's the best bet. Not saying that he can go toe to toe with it, but I also don't think you want to play towards a young brother like that with his strengths.
I hear you. That's the only reason why I asked you that question because I think it'll be very difficult to implement that style of footwork.
Yeah.
Like he used the ring well versus Antonio Moran, but he wasn't squared up like that. He wasn't moving laterally. He was moving perpetually, but he wasn't moving laterally. Versus Ramirez, he was moving laterally, like where he was squared up to where he couldn't get his punches off. Every time you see him punch, it was when he was in a more conventional stance, when he was in a more conventional boxing stance. And the one thing that we got to take into consideration is Brian Norman's timing. He's got pretty good timing. I think Dev is good, but I think that Brian Norman's timing may just be a tad bit better than
You think so?
Yeah.
Is it because he fought a Japanese fighter?
Nah, it's not because he fought a Japanese fighter. If you watch any of his fights, and especially the past 3, a guy shoots a jab, he's coming back with something. I think it's his best attribute.
Oh yeah,
I'm in agreement with Shawa. More so than his power. I think it only amplifies his power. The fact that he has good timing.
Yeah,
you shoot a jab, he's looking to counter
type.
over it. You shoot a jab, he's looking to counter underneath it. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, for Dev to generate offense, I'm not saying he can't do it, but I feel like for him to be able to box from the outside like that, he would probably have to utilize footwork more akin to something that we've seen from like Sugar Ray Leonard, where he's able to utilize his feet and jab simultaneously, jab on the move. Or we were just talking about Bud, like Bud versus Victor Poso. He was jabbing on the move. When was the last time we seen Devin do that? And then let me just add this one more point, Hacker. Brian Norman Jr. has a slight reach advantage. So it's like, how the hell does he jab full extension without being timed? Ryan was able to time the jab early on, and that's how he got caught. He wasn't being reckless. He was shooting his jab the way he always did. But Ryan had comparable reach, hand speed, and so on and so forth, and he timed them well. So how the hell does he generate the offense without getting timed?
That's a good question. Like, especially when Brian got the long reach, I just think it has to be in between shots. I think it has to be because as long as both of you guys are moving, if you think about it, if both of you guys are moving, circling the ring, there's gonna be a point where your opponent's also like in between movements. It has to be at those slight moments where in between. I don't think it has to be like a Sugar Ray Leonard situation. I feel like that's even dangerous too because, like you said, Brian Norman has good reaction time. Also, he does these really good pull counters. Like he did like a pull counter hook at the Japanese fighter, like the last fight, right? I mean, so like it's even tricky in those scenarios. Like he's a dangerous fighter, no doubt. I just think that Devin needs to wait for openings to present themselves versus trying to create them. If he goes with that game plan at least.
So you think he should entice Brian Norman Jr. into being first and operate as a counterpuncher?
Exactly. On the move, yes.
See, but the thing with that is, the thing with operating as a counterpuncher is you have to dangle some bait. You got to be somewhat vulnerable in order to be a good counterpuncher because you got to be there to get the guy to commit. And is he going to be there long enough? And will he be quick enough in order to pull that off?
But here's the difference, though. Man. Like you look at Brian. Brian's a younger fighter. Normally, younger fighters, unless somehow he miraculously just become a different type of fighter, they're normally less patient. So like, I feel like if Devin like sort of like does the whole like sort of like not like robo, but it's just sort of like is there shoots his jab. Sometimes Brian's gonna be the one to initiate. I think by nature, I think he's gonna be the one to initiate. And then once he starts initiating, I think those as long as they can move a lateral movement, I think he's gonna create openings for Devin to score. I don't think Brian's just gonna like wait until Devin makes the first move. I think Brian is gonna try and make the first move. I think he's gonna try to be like the aggressor in that fight.
I can see it going that way, but that's the reason why I asked the question about the footwork, because if he's moving laterally, he's not going to be able to throw anything that has any type of substance to deter the dude. Yeah, and being squared up like that. And here's the other thing too about that particular style of footwork. More than likely, he's going to do what he did in the last fight. I'm not saying that this is how he's going to fight him, but I'm saying if he were to implement that style of footwork, if you notice when he fought Jose Ramirez, there was a very noticeable pattern in the way in which he was moving. Now, he was doing the conventional thing, the smart thing, which is circle counterclockwise away from the right hand, away from the power. But he hopped to his right, hopped to his left, then start going back to his right. And I feel like if that's something that these guys notice on film and he brings that in the ring, I just think it'll be difficult. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it'll be difficult for him to generate offense off of that position, because whenever he's throwing, now he's in a more bladed stance. So he's setting his feet. So then the moment he sets his feet, that's when you punch with him. And then if we're just judging by both guys' punching power, one guy looks significantly stronger than the other one. And I don't think that Devin Haney is pillow fisted by any means. I just don't know if he's willing to take those chances that he's gonna have to take to hurt the guy.
Yeah, so I think if you're going with that strategy, I don't think your plans to hurt the guy. I think your plans to outpoint the guy. Like I think basically what he did to Ramirez, like end up winning on that scorecard, Like I said, it may not be the greatest output in the world, and the guy may leave with no bruises on his face, but like you collected enough like rounds to win. Now, do I think they're going to use that as their strategy? I don't think so. Because just seeing Devin Haney fight for a few years, they always seem to go strategies that you don't think about. Like they go to like for instance, I remember the Lomachenko fight. Like they decided not to even use their jab, the Lomachenko fight, and Bill's idea was, according to Bill, he said like we knew Lomachenko was watching out for a jab, so we decided not to even use a jab. Which was crazy because most times I've never heard like coaches be like, "What? Don't use your jab," So like I don't think they're gonna come in with the same strategy. But ideally speaking, if we're just going purely on like who these two fighters are, I think that style would work. And Devin's whole thing is not about deterring. It's not about conflicting damage. I think it's all about scoring at that point. It's all about scoring. As long as if I score clean shots and I can steal the rounds from you, I take your title at the end of the day, no matter what nobody says.
Oh yeah, for sure. Win by any means. But here's the other thing too, to Shawa's point. That's not Ramirez that he's going to be in there with. I don't see a scenario in which Brian Norman Jr. would just follow him around and not let his hands go. So you could find yourself in a situation similar to what we saw last night. And I thought that Kenneth Sims, he was getting busy. He was letting his hands go, right? He didn't keep his hands in his pocket. But just the optics of one guy pressing the other guy and the other guy just being on the retreat.
That could be something too. Because people, like William Skull had some success against Canelo. People don't never talk about that. But the optics of it did look like, Canelo was just like, but Canelo was Canelo too, so they were never going to give it to him.
I like this right here what Ted said. He said Devin adjustments are always a concern as well. He said, what the hell Bill got in the chamber this time right here? You know what I mean? And that's definitely very curious. Like I said, Devin's going to have to provide some offense in this fight. He's not going to have to sit there and try to fucking land under 100 punches and win this fucking fight. Brian Norman is a young athletic fighter. He's a fighter that's matching up with size with Devin, and he's powerful for sure. We know Brian Norman Jr. People talk about the footwork, saying that he ain't gonna be able to cut off the ring from little footage I seen. Like his footwork is fine from me. You know what I mean? And I think definitely, like Aunt McQueen said, there's no way he gonna be like Jose Ramirez getting close up on Devin and not throwing no punches at all. You know what I'm saying? I just don't see that at all. And I think one of them shots, Devin get clipped by one of them shots because the Brian Norman's powerful. I think that's the danger that people, you know what I'm saying, fear for Devin Haney in that issue right there. You know what I'm saying? The power, and then Devin's punch resistance, along with him looking like he had PTSD in the last fight with Jose Ramirez. You know what I mean? All of that definitely accounts into the situation with Devin Haney. You pair up both guys' last performances. You see Devin Haney, didn't look good his last two performances. Brian Norman, he's been looking good. So, in recent time, and a lot of people will definitely pick Brian Norman in this instance right now just off of the past performances. But, Devin Haney, yes, he is experienced. You know what I'm saying? He's fought in some good fights. But right here, Brian Norman Jr., for just the style matchup and just the size and everything, Brian Norman's match up very fucking well in this fucking fight right here.
Man, well said, CamJ. I think D1, he made a great point too. Hacker, I know what Bill was saying, and I respect it, you know what I mean? But I would just have to give just a little bit of pushback on the fact that he was saying the plan wasn't to utilize the jab. D1 was spot on, bro. They came out using the jab. Loma just rendered that bitch ineffective. CamJ, I don't know if I could share this real quick, but these were the stats from Loma versus Devin, and this is not to shit on Dev. It's just to highlight something. But I got it up on the thing in the little thing backstage. Cam, if you could share that right there.
Yep.
So he started out using the jab, but you can see the usage of it just dwindled because it wasn't really landing like that. Let me zoom in so y'all can see. So the plan was clearly to use the jab. He came out firing that bitch. Look, 21, 20, 18, 20, and then it just started to taper off as the fight went on. And then he picked it up around the 8th and then around the 9th, and then look, 11, 12, only threw 9 jabs in the 12th round. But a lot of it had to do with the jab being nullified. I don't think it was a situation where it was like, yeah, well, we just not going to use the jab. This is the strategy. No, he took that bitch away. And then also what happened with in that fight was Devin was having these issues with the probes with his lead hand, leaving his lead hand out there. There was a moment in the fight where Bill was trying to tell him, yo, you can't just pull straight out like that with your lead extended. You got to get off the line.
Mm-hmm.
So we know Devin Haney is known for his jab, but any time where his jab has been countered, it just dropped significantly.
I can see that. But I mean,
we're looking at the numbers, and then we look at the Ryan Garcia fight. I'm gonna share this tab instead, right? So the Ryan Garcia fight, another fight. Look, Dev was not really letting go of that jab like that. He got counted early on in the first round. He threw 12 of them, landed 6. That's good, but he only threw 12 after he got caught with the first one. He never eclipsed that 19 right there. Only threw 9 jabs in this round.
You see that dip down from 6 to 12 in the jab department from him?
That's what I'm saying.
You said what?
You see like from 6 to 12. You see, how less he threw jabs right there from 6 to 12.
He was also hurt in the fight for
right there. That part. Then in 6 and 7, that's where Ryan, started to heat up, and he clipped him in the 6 and 7.
So it was. So I think the fight was a little bit different at that point, where it's like you have a fighter that's hurt, and they're just fighting at that point. One fighter's fighting not to get knocked out, and the other fighter's trying to stop him. But no, I definitely see what you're saying. That it was more like an adjustment versus their game plan.
2 through 6, he had some of his best rounds in the fight. He had some of his best rounds in the fight. I think that's part of it too, T-Mac. The power made him a little bit gun shy, and it's like if your best weapon is your jab and you abandon it because of power, it's like, bro, you got to figure out a way to be efficient with it. I thought that T-Mac also made a great point a couple minutes ago with the feints. And if you go look through 2 through 6, second round in particular, he did a really good job of feinting and stalling Ryan and keeping him off timing, keeping him off rhythm. He got to figure out ways to do that versus Brian Norman Jr. Because if your best weapon is your jab and you're banking on utilizing distance, you're gonna have that bitch working. You can't be out there like CamJ just said 6 through 12 and you only throwing 4 jabs, 5 jabs. You know what I mean? Like you throwing in the single digits. That is not gonna cut it, bro. Because I just do not see Brian Norman Jr. just saying like, you know what? I'm gonna just let you just walk around and not occupy me with anything. I just can't see it.
Do you think Brian Norman? What about in terms of high hand speed? Who do you give that to? Hand speed. I think hand speed is also going to play a factor too, right? I don't know how fast Brian Norman really is. I think Devin's faster. I don't really know. I can't really tell how fast he is. He's more. He's definitely more powerful. Like, and not power in terms of like knockout power, but like when he hits his opponents, they start to bleed. Like you can definitely know that guy is something, you know. But as far as speed, I want to say Devin's probably faster. I think
that's maybe faster, but you know, timing negates speed. But here's the other thing about speed.
Timing, though?
I think that Brian Norman Jr. does. I think he does.
I don't know. It's hard to say.
Because I think that at this stage, I think that he transitions better from defense to offense, offense to defense. I think with Dev, what we've seen with him over the past couple of years, it seemed maybe more so like after the Jorge Linares fight, pardon me.
Yeah.
He's been transitioning more from offense to defense. He's hit and not get hit. Brian Norman Jr. cannot get hit and hit. And I think that only amplifies the power because he's able to punch in between the shots. We don't really see that as much from Dev. Dev is like, all right, I'm going to hit you, then I'm going to get out the way. I'm going to hit you, then I'm going to get out the way.
But here's the difference, though. Here's the difference. When you look at Dev versus Lomachenko is a significantly faster fighter, right? Significantly faster. Well, not faster in terms of speed. Like he's one of the most talented. He's one of the most talented boxers in the division. We haven't seen Brian Norman really with somebody that was of that caliber and still do his thing like that, you know. And not to say he can't do it, we just haven't really seen it. Versus Devin, who's been there with Lomachenko. Lomachenko is, no matter what we say about Loma, you can say he got old. It's hard to outbox that guy. I mean, when you look at the difference between Devin and Tio was more of like Lomachenko just didn't want to mess with Tio's power. It was from the looks of things. But Devin sat there and outboxed Lomachenko, and which is hard to do. And he was scoring shots.
And Lomachenko was scoring shots on him too, though. That's the other part of it.
But you're talking about Lomachenko. Lomachenko's the type of brother that, like, if you're not on that boxing level, he'll quickly show you that you're not on that level, you know? So I don't know. I feel like only on opponents, I think Devin's reaction time is probably a little bit better than what you think it is. I don't think it's
horrible. I don't think it's horrible, Hacker, but confidence is important, though. It's like you got to be willing to take chances. Even if you got the hand speed, if you're not willing to let your hands go, then it's null and void, basically.
But who says he's not going to let his hands go? I mean,
I'm not saying that he won't, but if we see statistically that in certain fights, if his jab is not working, then clearly he's going to taper off. The usage of it is going to taper off.
That's possible. But I mean,
one time is isolated, but if we see it several times, it's no longer an aberration. This is a trend.
It's very, very interesting point, right? But yeah, it's possible. He also has other tools, though. So I think it's an interesting style. But it's a matchup. It's going to be a question of if Brian Norman Jr. is really at that level versus who Devin Haney is at this particular point, you know? Because like stats, like really, like when I really look at both fighters, I'll give Brian Norman the power advantage all day long, but almost everything else I'll probably hand it to Devin.
Everything else, including the inside game.
Oh, that's a good one.
I'm asking because that's also a part of boxing. You know, to me, the inside game is not just brawling.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I'll give it to Brian. But there's a question: can he get on the inside on Devin? You know, I don't know. That's Devin's somebody he's somebody who knows how to use his range pretty well. He's not gonna be like a Japanese guy who's just going forward, like powering up like a Dragon Ball Z character and shit. But like he knows how to use his range pretty well. So yeah, I'll give power and inside game to Brian Norman, but it's gonna be a question he can't get on the inside.
It's not just always a matter of whether or not he can he get on the inside. What happens in the situation where Devin Haney goes to clinch him? He goes to tie up. Getting on the inside is not always a matter of one guy just breaking the distance and pressing him out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but what happens if you get tied up? You get separated by the ref then.
No, but what I'm saying to you is with Brian.
You think Brian's gonna have enough time to work? It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting.
Being able to refuse to clinch is a part of fighting on the inside. Clinch refusal. Yeah. And we seen him do it with the guy on Quentin Randall. If you go rewatch that fight, when he was in there, he was leading with the crown of his head, putting his head in his chest, not allowing him to tie up. That's one thing that Brian is very crafty and very deceptive with. And then also utilizing physical controls. If he controls him and he's able to keep him from tying him up, landing little shots to the body, frame him up with this hand, come over the top with something. Is that an area where Dev is willing to fight? And I don't think that Dev is completely devoid of an inside game, but we haven't really seen him utilize it since. Jorge Linares.
Yeah, no, I get that 100%. That's I point there. But I don't think that's gonna be a part of it. I think the situation is gonna be from long to middle range. I think that's where the fight's gonna be for Devin.
So you don't think there's any point in the fight where Brian Norman can influence this man to initiate a clinch? Because we've seen it versus George Kambosos. How many times did he clinch George Kambosos?
Right. Especially the second fight, right? Yeah.
Remember they had the infamous clinch counter. Me personally, I didn't like that they put that up on the screen because it felt very slanderous. I didn't like that.
I don't even know where they got that from because they've never done that ever again, and they never did prior.
But if he goes to do that shit with Brian Norman Jr., and he reflects that clinch and he hits him to the body, he might be able to take some air out of them tires, bro. And yeah, your man Devin Haney, he might be the water walker, he might be a Ferrari, but a Ferrari can't drive on flats. You know what I mean? Take some air out the tires, take some gas out that gas tank, chip away, and then what happens then? If Devin has to fight a more in the pocket type of fight, what happens then?
Ooh, yeah. I mean that's a question. That's a good question.
Can Devin fight with his feet nailed to the canvas? We seen my man Shakur Stevenson doing it versus Zepeda. Can Devin Haney fight that type of fight? If he had to, if he got slowed down, if he got pressed out, and he had to fight like that, do you think he can do that?
He could, but I don't think that would be a great. He can't do it like Shakur can. I think in terms of reaction time, Shakur's reaction time is second to none. I think Shakur. I'll give when it comes to Devin and Shakur. I think Devin is better athletically. I think Shakur's eyes are better than Devin. Shakur can react to a lot of shit. So even though Brian Norman throws less punches than Zepeda, but Brian Norman's punches look like they're a lot harder than Zepeda's too. So I don't know if you will want to be in that scenario. Now, if it happens, it happens, and we'll see how he deals with it. But I don't think it's favorable as much.
And you think fighting at the mid range is? I don't know, bro.
Yeah, cause I feel like Devin's a better mover. Devin, I think when it comes to Devin, like I said, I give power to Brian Norman all day, and he's skilled. I'm not saying the brother's, he's not. He's a great fighter. I just think Devin is just a bit more seasoned in everything he's been doing. So as far as footwork, I think he's a bit more seasoned, a little more skilled in that department. In terms of speed, I lean towards Devin. But to be fair, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because Brian Norman punching just like power punching a lot of times.
But he got that patented right hand to the body. He was landing in versus Lomachenko, but a lot of times he was getting caught on the pullout because. And here's the thing with Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney's got decent feet. I think he's got solid feet. I think they're overstated though. He's got fast feet. He's got quick feet, but fast and quick feet don't necessarily mean that you have great feet. Positioning is important. Being able to transition from defense to offense to defense. All that stuff is important as well. So what I'm saying is, let's say he goes to use that right hand to the body and he steps in just a little bit too deep.
Yeah.
There's a good chance he could get caught pulling out with that left hook.
Oh no, there's definitely good. Like I said, this is a totally dangerous fight.
He
Like,
get wide as hell with his base when he shoot to the body with his right hand.
that's why I say if he wins this, I mean, I favor him to win, but I know, of course, I know this guy's a dangerous opponent. If he wins, man, that guy deserves to be on the pound for pound list, at least top 5. You know, because like Brian Norman poses a lot of threat. You know, Team Norman poses a big threat to Devin Haney. You know, and even though it's a title fight, you know, I feel like the pressure's on both of them, right? You have a little bit of pressure on Brian Norman because, you know, he's the champion. I'm sure he don't want to lose his title, and this is his like stardom. But you also have pressure on Devin as well because Devin is proving himself to be, you know, trying to prove himself to be that guy. So it's not even like one person has pressure and the other person doesn't, you know. I feel like both fighters even have that kind of pressure on them as well. Yeah, but yeah, it's dangerous. Like what you're saying is totally valid. Like he could get caught being in the middle of the ring too, and he could get caught in the clinch as well. Of course, all those things are possible. And there's question like how good is his punch resistance? You know, because people always say Devin's chinny, right? They always say Devin's chinny, blah blah blah. But the reality of things, the only person that's really dropped Devin was Ryan. And even though he dropped Devin was always able to get back up. And Ryan's hook has been known to take out almost every fighter that he's ever fought. You know, so it's gonna be a question. It's like, is his punch resistance the same? If it is, then maybe he could take Brian Norman shots. You know, it's definitely gonna be
boxing hacker. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. But
it's a hard fight.
I gotta step up out of here. But before I do go, I want to say this about being chinny. Being chinny isn't always a matter of being dropped, right? To me, being chinny is how you deal with punches and how long you stay hurt. If you see the way he was hurt versus Jorge Linares, he spent the last 2 rounds surviving. We seen Brian Norman Jr. get dropped by Boca Chica, but then when he got up, he looked clear. Legs weren't wobbly. He even got caught with a good shot on the chin versus Cuevas. He recovered, stopped the guy. He looked sturdy afterwards. Hell, we've seen Triple G buzz Canelo, but afterwards he looked sturdy. Dev spent 2 rounds surviving. You just said a couple minutes ago in the fight with Ryan Garcia, when he got clipped on the chin the first time, he didn't go down, but you seen that his punch output dropped tremendously. Because as you stated, he was fighting hurt. He got caught cold. And then from the 7th round, it seemed like he never really fully recovered. I'll say this about Devin Haney. I do think he's a wee bit chinny. I don't think he's got a horrible chin. I don't think he's got the worst chin, but I do think he's chinny. But I'll say he's got a lot of resolve. He's very tough, and he doesn't give up on himself. But I do think he is a little bit chinny because, again, it's how you react. Certain guys get hurt, and they stay hurt. Look at Anthony Joshua. Every time Anthony Joshua get buzzed, that dude stay hurt. He keep getting up, but he stays hurt. We seen it versus Andy Ruiz. We seen it versus Vladimir Klitschko. He was buzzed and stayed buzzed. We seen it versus Daniel Dubois. He got buzzed early on. He stayed buzzed. Never really cleared the cobwebs. But I'm gonna catch y'all.
No, but you know one thing about that, Ant. But so when it comes to like recovery, like a lot of times fighters get up really quick too, though. So you have to put that in perspective. Like, remember Japanese kid Inoue, right? Inoue got knocked down his last fight. He sat there like he was meditating about life. he sat there so calm. That was the most impressive thing I ever seen. Like, he got knocked down and he just sat on his knees like he was praying, and he just sat there. Because most fighters just jump back up. They're doing whatever to beat the count, you know. So I do think that plays. But you're right, you know, to the degrees about how much you recover. I thought Linares happened on the 11th. I think there was just a 12th round day. You know, he was still trying to catch himself. I don't think it was it the 10th that happened, then 11th and 12th? I can't remember. I thought it was only 1 round he needed to recover. But Like I said, we'll see. It's a hard call, you know. And even if he had a great chin before, the question is because after you get knocked down, like after a hard shot, sometimes like you never fully get back to your punch resistance like you used to. Listen, like what happened to Amir Khan after fighting British Prescott. He was getting hurt every fight, you know. So that's always a question as well. Oh, analytics. CamJ. CamJ, you still there or are you on mute? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, it was the 10th round. Okay, so I thought it was the 11th. Yeah. Yeah, but that's a good point, though. I made CamJ stepped off. Oh, his StreamYard's acting up. Okay. Gotcha. Well, I mean, I guess I'll wait for him to come back. But yeah, so hopefully, I hear what people are saying, but I still think Devin definitely got a good chance to win this fight. You know, and hopefully, like I said, if he wins, this is a big fight. That'll make him 3-division champion. Hopefully, he'll be back on the pound for pound list. After that. Salute to you too, Cash, for making up all that nonsense you were saying. Even though you said a little bit of nothing. But salute to you anyway. What's delusional, Jab Queen? I mean, I don't know you guys really just think that. I mean, you guys just think that Devin's just gonna get up there and just lose like that. I don't think so. I definitely don't see Devin just getting up there and losing like that. I think Devin is a lot better than people expect. People think he is. I think a lot of times we judge fighters, because maybe we don't like them and stuff like that. But I think Devin's a lot better than what people think. I think Ryan, the difference with Ryan was just that, well, one, Ryan was cheating, and two, they knew each other. Whenever you fight somebody that knows you, you spar with this guy, you fought this guy. In the amateurs, it's a whole different perspective. Look at Lamont Roach and Tank. At the end of the day, Lamont, Tank stopped Barrios, but he couldn't stop Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach knew him. And Tank said he was dangerous, and the only way he knows dangerous because they knew each other. Never consider him. I mean, if you're a 3-division champion, then you were undisputed in your first division. I think that's a good argument for pound.